Time for Bomber Banter. Now over to Fiona.
Hello, everyone. Is anyone there? I'm so sorry for the hoo-ha. That was incredibly stressful and has never happened to me before. But all of a sudden, I think there is an update that was happening with the software behind the scenes, and all of a sudden it's said that the stream didn't exist. So I'm so sorry. Beauregard, Wattlebottom, well done. You nailed both stream first, so well done. Hello, everyone. Now, because I've had to create a new link and a new stream, I have to now upload all of the draft content. So what I'm going to do while I'm doing that, yeah, that's funny, James, Dodo sabotaging it could be. So what I'm going to do whilst I do that, I'm going to bring in our own draft guru, Felix, to keep you entertained while I do that. Here he is. Hello, Felix.
Hello, Fiona. Hello, everyone. How are we?
All right, over to you. Let me do my thing.
Yes, sure thing. I will be the MC for the time being. How are we, guys? First of all, this is an exciting night. We all love draft night here at Bomber Banter and Everything Essendon. Joint little collab. Hello, Moby. Thank you for the donation on behalf of Fiona. Yeah, this is going to be fun. It's going to be interesting night. Big night for the future of the club. I think I've kind of gone through the motions of being nervous, being excited. I think now that we're actually here, it's just I just kind of want it to happen. I want it to start already. We've got another 22 minutes until it does, and I think that's a bit too long. I think we should just get it started already.
Did you jump out of bed just quickly, Felix? Did you jump out of bed today? I should have said Merry Christmas.
Yes, thank you. Merry Christmas. No, it was a slow roll out of bed because I've been very busy trying to get a lot done. Had a little bit of a sleep in today, actually. Took the day off work and had a little sleep in, which was nice.
Very good.
But no, we're here now, which is good. We're excited. It has been. I don't know about you and everyone in the comments here, but I've been building up and being really, really excited the whole year pretty much. I love the draft, but the last few days, it's felt like it started to really get real, and I've realized the stakes. This is it's a very important draft. Like, you're looking at what we have at our disposal, the picks we're about to have. Obviously, we might be having pick 9. We probably are going to be having pick 9, and I mean, we got to nail it. We do have to nail it if we want to be a good team in the future, and we've got a good opportunity to nail it, I think, as well, which is exciting but nerve-wracking at the same time.
Yeah, I feel like I'm waiting for a baby to be born. I'm waiting to hear its name. I'm waiting to hear how tall it is. I'm waiting to hear what it's going to bring to my life.
I've already got names that I want planned as well. And if it's not one of those names, I don't know how I'm going to feel. It's an interesting time of the year.
Any of you watching, expecting a baby or your wives or partners expecting babies? Because, man, this is more so this afternoon. I am feeling the nervous energy. This must be what they're feeling. Or what do you think that they're feeling right now? Do you think, you know how they all say, oh, I'd be happy to go anywhere? Do you think deep down they're overwhelmed with their emotion to go to their actual desired place?
Yes, I do think they are. I think it'd be petrifying. You know what I think about a lot is the little Sullivan, Roby, Xavier Taylor kind of situation, because you've got Sullivan, Roby, who goes to Essendon but's probably more likely to go to Richmond, and then Xavier Taylor, who goes for Richmond, who's more likely to go to Essendon. Surely there's a handshake agreement between the two teams to say, let's just give the kids what they want and send them to their desired teams. But no, it's fun. I think and the fun thing about the draft is that yes, there's a lot at stake for us fans, but it is just good seeing these kids get to live out their dreams. I think at some stage we've all dreamed of playing AFL footy, and these guys get to do that in about 20 minutes, which is just good. That is very good.
Yeah. All right. I think I've got everything that I had prepared for tonight up and about.
Fantastic.
Once again, I'm so sorry. I hope you've all been able to find your way here. Hello, everybody. If I haven't said that, thank you all so much for being here and joining Felix and I. I think this is going to be really fun. I'll turn up my TV so we can hear the draft in live time. I'll update it on our screen. But before we move on to everything else, hello, Scotty. Thank you for being with us. We all know that Felix is an absolute pro and a guru for when it comes to draft. So we're going to have a look at Felix's premonitions. So he has sent me a list of where he thinks every pick and every kid to what club that they're going. And then at the end of the draft, at the end of the night, we're going to tick off how many he gets right. So He's very, very, very doubtful that he's getting any right, or many, I should say.
Yeah, very
I think
doubtful.
a shit ton of these right. So let's have a look if this is going to work. Of course it didn't work. Why would it work? 1 second, por favor. All right, here we go. All righty. All right, we've got one section done. Now let's have a look. Hey, here we go.
There we go. There we go.
We've got the little fortune teller down there with Felix's face. Let's have a look. Felix's premonitions. He's predicting that 25 players go tonight. Last year, a total of 30 players went. Now, Felix, you sent me this a couple of nights ago.
Yep.
Is there anything that you would change waking up today, or are you pretty stead on?
Well, I did this before Cal Toomey released his mock draft, which, like, just trust him, not me. it does look like there's going to be more than 25 from the sound of things. It looks like there's going to be a lot of early bidding, which is, I mean, we didn't think it was going to happen after that first lot of early bidding. I thought it was kind of going to be in patches of bidding, but it looks like there's just going to be bidding all through the draft, which is great. That's what we designed the draft for. We love a bit of bidding. But no, I think aside from that, like the players to each clubs, who knows? You know, like it's no one really knows. Like even the real gurus don't know. So if they don't know, I don't know. But I'm pretty comfortable with a few things in there. I think I'll get a little bit of it right, but most of it's going to be proper wrong, I reckon.
All right, tell us, chat. Are there any shocks here? Which picks, which players are you wanting to see that it doesn't go this way? I want to know. Yeah, I agree, TL. How are you? Hope you're well. Interesting if Farrow is available at our pick. Well, Felix has got him going to the Hawks at pick 14. He'd be one I'd be pretty happy to get the more investigation I've done into him, Felix. He wasn't on my early radar, but he certainly has.
Yeah, and I think the way it's shaping up is that he could be going earlier. But I think if he didn't go earlier, like he's in line for Melbourne, I think potentially, but depending on what happens with Sam coming, because everyone has Sam Grill sliding down the order now, which is like players like that. You know, Sam Grill's either going to Richmond at pick 7 or he's going at pick 14 or 15. Like that doesn't make any sense really. But
shocks me.
Yeah, I know.
Sam Grill, no way. He is not a pick 14, in my opinion. Anyway, how do you see that? Do you think it would be?
I'm personally in the back end more. Like I'd understand a pick in the teens, but I also understand Richmond going early because like in this draft, there's just going to be players that teams take because they like them. There's not really a set order like there has been in recent drafts because it's very top heavy and then very even after it. You know, there's about 4 or 5 players that are clearly up the top, in the top rings, and then you've got just a bunch of absolutely who knows what's going on. So it's Sam Grill is the one that really shapes it because if I'm wrong with Sam Grill, it means I'm going to be wrong with like everything else. That's what I don't like.
So he's the shifter. Okay,
right.
Yeah. So if Richmond do pass on him, which they've been touted to, they've been linked to him for ages. He played in their VFL. The Richmond fans were drooling over him. If they do pass, do you think we should take him? Look at him?
Nah, I don't think so. I understand it, but not with one of those early picks. I think like he's a lot of fun, and he's a really exciting player, but I think there's a bit, it's not really what we need. I don't personally think, but I mean, there's a lot we need. I think every fan and everyone's going to debate on what the Bombers should be prioritizing in a draft. Like really, in the end, it's going to be an upgrade on what we don't have if we take Sam Grill. I think there's other positions that you could be upgrading as well. Same with Lockie Doverston and Farrow, like deciding between those two. Either way, you're going to be upgrading a position somewhere. It's just depending, what position do you want to upgrade?
Yeah, we've got a lot of gaps, but
we do.
I think Shano says, I'm a little concerned we will be too heavy on small forwards with Doverston. I've seen a lot of this, but you know what people keep saying to me? When I mentioned Doverston, why do you need Doverston? You got Kako. And I say, Kako is one person. He cannot be left to do it all on his own. A. B, you need depth, just in general. So you need 1 or 2 running around in your VFL, just in case. 3, touch wood, we clearly are not the most luckiest in the injury department. Like you need backup. So
Yeah.
the argument is, oh, we've got Kako, but that is null and void to me.
Yeah, and the way I see it, if you get Doveston and Kako in back-to-back drafts, you're pretty much set in your small forward department for the next like 5 to 10 years, and you can you don't have to attack any, big name small forwards. You don't need to focus on that position. Kind of like what Richmond did last year in different positions with their key forwards and their midfielders. They went really heavy on certain positions that they left others bare. But them doing that has allowed them to be a bit more creative in this draft and potentially attack players that, might be lower down the order, but that they really want. They can be a bit more open and creative with their list management strategy because they went really heavy on certain positions. And I think that Richmond doing that model there, I mean, maybe last year I would have said that, drafting Kako, Doveston back-to-back wouldn't be the right move, but that's personally what I want now, I think. I'm on Team Doveston. I think Kako and Doveston and Caddy in the same forward line that'd be so fun. Yeah, imagine that. Bums on seats. Bums on seats.
Oh, JW, you're only getting the stream in portrait mode and can't see the graphic. Okay. Why shit hitting the fan today? Question mark. Universe.
Looks fine for me.
Okay. Anybody else having this issue? Are you viewing on a phone, tablet, TV, JW? Anybody else having this issue? I did just click a random button and that's given another screen on my screen. Did that help? Please tell me. It's fine for me. Okay. Please definitely tell me if there's any issues, If there's any issues with the stream, the camera, the volume, the mic, always just yell at me in the chat. I mean, don't yell at me. You know what I mean. Okay, the second question that my DMs have blown up about, Felix, people worried, us giving away 21 and 20, whatever the other late 20 pick is, and 30 to Carlton in that, I mean, presumably that's what we're doing. How in God's name are we going to get swayed then?
Good question. I don't know. It really depends on when a bid
can come. Oh, no, Felix doesn't know. We're up shit creek.
Well, the way that because we're likely to get pick 43 back in that deal, that selection will slide back to pick 36 or so after matched bids and everything. So the hope is that, I guess, Fremantle and other clubs in the 20s pass on Swade, knowing that we're a chance to, let a bid go and that the club would have to take them. So I think that's been the kind of like, and Cal Toomey, I think, is a bit of the mouthpiece in this. The club, I think, has probably told him their plans here to make it pretty clear that the Bombers aren't locked into those players. So if a bid does come, there's no guarantee the Bombers take them. I think that's smart because that shouldn't be the case in a draft anyway. That's the way the academy rules should be. But it also means that it's a fairer value for a bid. Like, I don't think clubs will be bidding on Swade to force a matched bid. They're going to be bidding on Swade if they want him. And that's that, like, Fremantle pick range is where it really starts. I think that's what I'm worried about. I'll be looking at Fremantle.
Okay. I love you to absolute death, chat. You know I do. But 50% of you are telling me it's fine and 50% of you are telling me there's an issue. So, Felix, find a question in the chat and answer it. I'm going to go and try and work out what the flippity fuck is happening and if I can fix it for everybody.
It does look fine to me, just so I'm saying.
Okay.
Dyson, I'm gonna talk a bit about Dyson Sharp because he's someone who I haven't talked about much, and I've seen a bit him going on a bit here in the comments. I've been a bit reserved. Well, I've got reservations with Dyson Sharp. I've had them all year. Lotto numbers from Felix. Unfortunately, none tonight. Apologies. I've had my reservations with Dyson Sharp. I think he's definitely a prospect who, look, if we had one pick in the top 10 or 15, I wouldn't want the club drafting Dyson Sharp. That's the way I see it. I think I'd rather the club go for a higher upside player and target someone who I think could be better in the future. But if we've got 2 to 3 picks in the top 10 or 15 and we attack some really high upside players in Xavier Taylor, Lockie Doveston, maybe even a Jacob Farrow type, you'd want the club getting a bankable player in those selections. Like, we know... We've seen what's happened in the 2020 draft where, you take all these high upside players, these unicorns, and it doesn't go well. And bringing in a Dyson Sharp alongside these options that we could be getting in the top 10 to 15, I mean, it'd be perfect. It's a player you can bank on. It's someone you can come into the team with leadership capabilities. I'm on Team Dyson Sharp as long as we're getting other picks on the board as well in that range.
Okay, 2 things. Yes, unfortunately, we had some technical difficulties. So There was 2 lives. Okay, one is clearly when.
Uh-oh. Have we both crashed, or is it just a Fiona crash? Chat. Oh.
Are we back?
We're back?
Am I back?
You're back.
Okay.
You're back.
Anybody having issues, can you just jump out and check? There's 2 streams. I don't know why that's happened. The software, I think the software's having a bit of a glow up as well, and it's in its upgrade era. So I think it's having a bit of teething issues. So jump out of the stream you're in if it's looking funny for you and jump into the new one.
Oh, both streams currently going. That's fun.
I don't know how because I did delete the other one, but clearly not. All right, keep talking, Felix. I'm going to see if I can go and delete this other one.
Yes, sure thing. The draft is soon, guys, by the way, which is really exciting. Throw in some questions in the comments, by the way, if you do have any before we get started. But just going back on my mock draft here and the players that we're taking, like I'm getting the sense, and I'm not the person to really be trusting with this. I do want to say that I did post, or I posted this mock draft before the Cal Toomey one came out, and we do have the same players going to the Bombers. So that's a good sign that those are the players in line to be at Essendon. But I wouldn't guarantee any of that. And I think it really comes down to what Richmond do with their selections. I think if they pass on Sam Cumming, I mean, it's looking like he's a player that could be taken early, maybe above Dyson Sharp. And that's the way I've kind of seen it in my head if we had, 1 to 2 picks. But I do like the idea of banking on a Dyson Sharp. Would the Bombers like that as well? That's the question. That is the $1 million question. Is there a worst case scenario for Essendon? Not really. I think either way, we're getting 3 really highly rated players. Like, I mean, that's the beauty of it. Even if the players that we really, really want are gone, there are still players here that we want and they're available. Worst case scenario for me personally, Xavier Taylor's off the board, Roby's off the board, and we got to take like Dyson Sharp, Sam Cumming, and Doveston. I'd still be really happy with that. That's still a really great draft tool. So worst case scenario is still great. Who do we take if Cumming, Sharp, and Taylor are available for picks 5 and 6? I'd be taking Sharp and Taylor. I like the idea of a high upside player in Xavier Taylor that could be anything player, and then a Dyson Sharp whose ceiling is lower but his floor is higher. You've got a.
Sorry, Felix. I was just going to say.
No. I was reading too. Yeah, go on.
I've got to the back. I went into the back end of it, and now there appears to be 3 streams, and they all say streaming now. So it's not telling me. It's not telling me which is which, and there's telling me that there's people in the other chat. So there's 56 of you in the one that's not the one. So if the screen is looking off to you or cut off, or you can't see a graphic, get out of there and get into the one where there's 200 plus people. Okay. All right. Last word on that. Chat, if anybody says it in the stream whilst we're doing all our hoo-ha, just remind them to jump out and jump back in. Thank you. All right, yes. Now let's just hope that my internet holds up after all that. All right. I keep going, Felix, what you were doing.
Yes.
I'll get out of this.
Yes. When can the Carlton trade pick take place? That will take place right after the draft begins. So clubs have already got an idea of the trades that they're doing. There's going to be, I think, close to 10 trades happening straight away. But as soon as West Coast are on the clock, you'll probably, if you're watching on other sites and everything, you'll see all the notifications about all the trades taking place at the same time. That's because the clubs, they've worked out the trades that they're doing, but they can't actually finalize them until the draft starts, which is, I don't know why. Actually, I do know why. It's because you can only have a certain amount of list spots going into draft night, and then when it starts, you can have as many as you want draft picks.
Yes, of course. Now, how long does this go for? How long does the draft actually go for on night one? Is it a couple of hours or 1 hour, or do they just string this out just for the?
They do try and string it out. They get some interviews done and everything. So yeah, usually I think the clubs have 3 or 2 minutes to pick a player. Usually they'd be picking those players pretty quickly in their heads, but they do kind of drag it out a bit to give the broadcast coverage time to interview players at the venue and talk about the players on TV and stuff. So usually every pick takes about 2 minutes roughly, and you're probably looking at 25 to 30 players taken. Yeah, about an hour or two, I think.
Yep, sounds good.
Yeah, roughly. Yeah.
So I'm quietly hoping your premonition that we had up before, is that
Yes.
who you're hoping Essendon take, or is that just who you think Essendon take?
That's who I think Essendon will take, and I'd be
Let's
okay
get
with that. Like, at this stage, I don't even know who I'm hoping Essendon take. Like, there's been too many names being thrown around. I just want to see some players in the red and black, and I'll be happy with whoever we get at this stage, honestly.
Yeah, fair enough. Well, I'll tell you, I'm quietly hoping that the Tigers do take Xavier Taylor. So
Okay.
and I think he's a wonderful, wonderful player. Exceptional grand final. You cannot argue with that. But there's just something that doesn't feel like a fit for Essendon where we're at currently. So
Yep.
I think Sharp feels like an absolute no-brainer in terms of, on a holistic level, everything he brings. I think that's an absolute no-brainer, and I'll be stupidly I'm attached to him now, and the idea of him in an Essendon jumper in the red and black. So I'll be really sad if he doesn't. The second one I'm not overly attached to, but I really, really hope it's either coming. Look, I'd be happy if it was Roby. Obviously, I've said that I don't think we get the best out of a Roby in our current state as the current football club that we are. But coming and Sharp would be my two.
Okay, fair enough. And by the way, just on the Dyson Sharp to Essendon, so the reason that he goes for Essendon is because of Dyson Heppel, because they share the same name, and he saw Dyson Heppel playing football with the long blonde dreads. And Dyson Heppel's the player presenting the Guernseys tonight. So there's a nice little bit of symmetry there that I think, like if we don't select Dyson Sharp, what a dick move, you know? Like at that stage, you just kind of have to, don't you?
Yeah, you do. He's almost made it emotionally impossible for Matt Rosa not to select him. Like, we would look like the absolute devil if we would. And look, I don't think we would be upset, put it that way. Yeah, I think he is, David. I think he is suffering from that. I'm suffering from analysis overload, and I haven't even done as much work as Felix has done. So I can only imagine. I mean, I'm seeing the kids in my sleep, so I need this to be done, really. Do you think Eagles, I have to ask this question, do you think the Eagles are going to bid on Harry Dean with their second pick? And my second part to that is, what is the benefit of doing that for the Eagles?
Well, they might like him as a player, and I guess it really does just help all teams, really, because you're getting rid of Carlton's picks. The Eagles had a draft pick. I mean, it probably would have benefited them more not making it clear that they're bidding on Harry Dean, because their selection was behind Carlton's picks anyway, so it would have kind of flown up the order if a Carlton, kept those selections. But I guess Carlton got the idea that a bid was coming early and traded them out anyway. What might happen now is the same with Kako, where if we kept the pick, teams would have bidded on him before to force us to pay. But West Coast might not bid now. It might just be a bit of smoke and mirrors, and they might let Richmond bid or Essendon bid and maybe annoy Carlton a little bit. It can just be a way to get rid of teams, paying more for what what they should be paying.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I understand. So it's basically whoever does it is taking one for the team and everyone else owes them a beer, basically.
Exactly. I think you do get one free beer if you bid on academy players.
Right. So the beers must then cancel each other out, though, because then maybe then that team bids on an Essendon player, so we don't give them a beer. That cancels that out, and so maybe nobody ends up with a beer at the end of the day.
Yeah, and that's what you worry about, because no beers that's a worry, and that's where you really have to fix up the draft system. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. You know something is fundamentally broken when all the beers are cancelling each other out, right?
Exactly.
So are you confident that we will actually take Suede and Huss? And secondly, yep, I'll ask the second after you've answered that. Yep.
No, I'm probably more confident in Huss, if anything, because he's going to be a bit cheaper. Wow. He could even go to be a Category B rookie. Suede's the one that I'm not sure on.
I just don't know how they don't take him. Like, if he comes in,
It's tough because like you are paying up. Like if we've got pick 36, Fremantle bid at 25, we either have to go into next year's draft to move picks into this year's draft to match a bid, or we go into deficit, which pushes back our first round selection next year, which we don't want.
And we're saying that, and we're saying categorically that he's not worth that in terms of the player that he's going to be for us and what he's going to bring. We're saying that that's not worth that. Right?
Yeah, and I think that's fair. Like that could be the difference between pick, even pick like 1 and 2 next year. Like it could be the difference between the best player in the draft and the second best player in the draft. And I don't think Adam Swade is enough for me for that.
Yeah. Okay. But I thought all year though he was the one out of the two, right, that was dominating and looking more likely, wasn't he?
I've always said, like even at the start of the year, I was Team Huss, and then Swade was playing really good footy, and I see more upside and scope with Adam Swade. It's kind of in a weird way, it's kind of the Dyson Sharp debate kind of flipped around in that, like I see upside and scope with Swade to be a different player in different positions, kind of like like the high upside player. Hussein is more bankable in a way because he's got a defined role, a defined position. He's actually played better footy at a higher level. He kicked 3 goals on debut in the VFL. Adam Swade was really quiet in the VFL. I really like them both. I think both are like. I would like a world where both of them are on Essendon's list. But if Huss is cheaper, he's potentially a Category B rookie, and Adam Swade could cost us quite a bit in next year's draft. I mean, I'd just go with Huss, especially if we're getting 3 picks in the top 15. I think that's a good result anyway.
Oh, I'm just watching them walk, all the draftees walk in. There are some very baby faces. In 5 years' time, we're going to be looking at these pictures of these baby faces here and comparing them. So the stream has just started on Fox Footy if you're watching that. So I'll turn up when the count starts for Essendon's picks. I'll turn up the volume so you can hear it on here too. But otherwise, just have it in the background and join us. I'll update my list here too. There was a question. Oh, I was going to say, just for people who are not familiar with what the Category B and what that involves in terms of taking Huss as a Category B, what does that involve?
Yeah, so if a player's linked to your academy and they get through the national draft, you can take them in the rookie draft, but you don't need to select them in the rookie draft. You can just add them to your rookie list as a Category B rookie. Honestly, like getting into the intricacies of the rookie list it used to be relevant, I think, but now as time has gone on, like you're seeing teams add veterans to the rookie list, like 35-year-olds are being added to the rookie list to create list spots for the national draft. So that's definitely something the AFL has to look at because teams are exploiting that. There are some loopholes there which don't really make any sense at all to me. I don't know why the rookie list is such a weird thing as it is. But yeah, pretty much if Huss gets through to the national, if no one picks him or bids on him in the national draft tonight or tomorrow night, then we can just take him as a Category B rookie.
Yeah, that's great. And like that's the ideal scenario, everyone, I think.
Yes.
Hey, Matt,
yes.
Good question. Unfortunately, I cannot stream. I can't add another window to our stream here and stream the draft. Copyright reasons. We can't cancel Bomber Banter or else there'll be no Bomber Banter. No place for us all to cry together next year and beyond. No, I'm just kidding.
I really like that point from TL. Nobody who's played over 20 games should be on the rookie list. I like that. That should be a rule right there.
100%. It's just bordering on ridiculous now. Like I just think there's another way the AFL could introduce another way for these older players like the Mason Cox who is going to Freo. I just think there's a much better way, and I don't know how they didn't see this getting exploited because it's so obvious.
Yeah, I think Jack Gunston at Hawthorn might even be a rookie. Like, what does that mean? It's frustrating. It's frustrating.
Yeah. I think that's a good point, Joe. Then on Richmond, they nailed last year's draft and they were kissed by North, giving them another top pick this year. Yeah, I feel like that's why the Tigers are being so cagey at the moment about who they're picking, and even Kaltumi, who's the oracle on drafts and gets all the late mail, he's got no flippant idea which way Richmond are going, and I think that's because they're kind of just back there on their terrace, lulling in their freedom in this draft because they really did nail the specific elements of last year's draft in filling big list gaps that they had. And this year they can afford to be a little bit more creative. So I think that's why they're doing that.
Yep, and a big reason why they are being cagey is because apparently there's still a belief that they could look to trade on one of those selections to a team that wants them, because they do like Sam Grill, and that's part of the reason why I've got Sam Grill here in my draft, them just taking him outright, because there's a belief that they think they can select Sam Grill a bit later in the draft, which is true. Clubs would pass on him after their picks if he wasn't taken. But they think that they don't want to give away too much to clubs, because they don't want clubs to know what's available after they select. So if they think that they can keep their cards close to their chest and have a club come in, wanting a Sullivan, Roby, or a Xavier Taylor or someone, that they can maybe slide back in the draft and take Sam Grill, who they were going to take with one of those selections anyway. But I don't see that happening. I don't think there's going to be any trades that early, I don't think.
Yeah, and surely we're not trading up, please, to spot 2, to pick 2. Surely not. I didn't even bother making a slide on him, because I'm just like, that's ridiculous. Surely Essendon are not trading up to take Cooper Duff-Tyler.
Yeah, I hope not. I really like Duff Tyler. I think he's a great prospect. I really like Sullivan, Roby. I'd be really happy if we have either of them, but not at the expense of a top 10 pick, which is, we'd likely have to just get rid of one of those selections as it is, and move down the order with the other one anyway. So I hope not.
Heavy Carts, how are you? After the pick swap, we will still have 5 list spots. What is the next pick we have after 43? As in 43?
Yeah, so nothing. We won't have a pick after 43. It'll be 5, 6, 9, 43 are going to be our picks when the draft starts.
5, 6, 9, 43 for over the overall.
Yep. So we do have the, if we had more list spots, we'd have picks in the 80s and 100s. But once the draft starts, you can only have the amount of picks that you have list spots available. So picks 84 and 101, as Moby says there, they just dissolve. They're gone. So as soon as the draft starts, you can only have the amount of picks as list spots available.
Yes, this is a good question from Jai. How are you, Jai? If we intend to match a bid on Suede, the only option is to trade future picks. How much do you think Kobe Buick influences that, and Tassie for that matter? Great question, Jai. Well done.
Yeah, Felix? I like it. I think I don't think we'd ever eat up in the 2027 draft. I think, ideally we keep first and second rounders for next year. And if there was a way to send across a future 4th to a team that wants it, that would be great. But the 2026 draft does look a bit better anyway. But when you look at what we've been doing in the drafts in the last few years, if you nail 3 drafts, and that's the thought process here, that the Bombers want to nail this draft, because we've nailed last year, nailed the year before, in my eyes. If you nail 3 drafts in a row, you can have a bit of a gap here and not take, too many players. Even if it's just a first and second rounder. And Zach Butters would be handy, wouldn't he? It's tough.
Throw $5 million at him. Look at the catch. Splash it.
Yeah. But I don't know. It's tough, because you want to nail the draft you're in, and teams like Geelong and the really smart teams in the competition, they don't really care about future picks, because they know that they can get picks each year. It's a bit of a weird really, when you think about it, there's always future draft picks. There's always future drafts. So you can always use future picks. But yeah, when you're in Essendon's situation where you want to be, heavy in a draft in 2027, you kind of need to be a bit more careful. So ideally we're not eating into next year's draft too much.
Yeah, okay. So let's say, for hypothetical sake, and I think by your prediction, your Oracle predictions, that we go heavy on the midfielders this year. Say we take Sharp, Cumming, or Roby, and possibly a small forward in Doverton or Suede, and we get Huss. Say that happens and that we have an injury-free year and nobody wants to leave the club. And stop laughing at me, Joe. You talk, the things you say, the universe is listening. So speak in good terms. But say that all comes to fruition, Felix. What would we go in next year to next year's draft prioritising?
Good question. Depends what's available. And it depends what we take in this year's draft. If we pass on a Lockie Doverston, there's a guy in next year's draft who I really love called Marlon Neocleus. He's
what a name!
Yeah, He's one of the smallest players. I think he's sub 170. He is tiny, but he is so entertaining. He's a great little small forward. There are some really good key defenders in next year's draft too, I think, as well.
Ooh,
And then you also
okay.
have to think, if what you take in this year's draft, but it's also about what you're getting in 2027 potentially as well. So 2026 becomes it's like a sandwich, because you don't want to take things that you're going to be taking in the previous draft or the draft after it. Kobe Buick's a midfielder.
Great analogy. Sandwich.
Yeah, sandwich. Yeah, a nice little 2026 sandwich draft.
Yeah.
So I think really there's a lot we need. I think probably midfield the next few years will be addressed, because I think there'll be some players, potentially on the way out in the midfield. Not just Zach Merritt, not trades, but delistings as well. I reckon there's always some players under pressure. But I do think the key defense is something we do need to address eventually. At the moment it's Zach Reed, whose body is not great, Lewis Hayes, who I really like, and then a bunch of older players. So that's probably a position I want to see invested in a big way in a draft or trade period.
That's a good next year plan, I think.
I agree.
NATO, does Dovison play like the Wizard? Yes, he does, and right down to personality too, I believe. Just as much of an extrovert on the field as the Wizard is. So he would be. That's why I've just come to like him more and more. And you know what I did love about him, Felix, and I'll credit Scooter from the Lunchtime Catch Up podcast who tweeted this, but about his pressure acts, how he raised them from last year. They were in like 3.23 or something, and he's raised that this year to 5 point something. I'll say 4. And that's what I really liked. That increment, when I can see that a play, it's why I loved about Sharp as well, like question on his, dimension. So he goes back and works really hard and adds goal kicking, some really, really effective goal kicking and efficient goal kicking to his what he can bring to a club. So I just love that about Dovison in terms of him actually going back, working on the things that are going to get him picked high up in drafts. And so in answer to that question, yes, right?
He does, yeah. And Dovison was told by, I think it was the Eastern Rangers, to work on that. And that's usually a weakness that you see with draft or small forwards early on. Isaac Kako in his draft year, his big weakness was his defensive pressure, and you wouldn't believe that watching him play last year because of how hard he worked on it. Yeah, I know. But Dovison went to work early on that, which is it's great, and you see it with his highlights. You see it watching him play. He is really hard at the ball carrier, but it means that he's got something else he can work on. Going into his preseason next year as well, which is good.
Yeah, absolutely. TL, we shouldn't draft Avery Thomas late as he's from Tassie and we can trade him for a pick.
I like Avery Thomas. I wouldn't mind drafting him as just a player. I think he's got a lot of upside. He's a really athletic and tough defender. He's not really you wouldn't call him a footballer. Because with the footy, I can't even think of him with the footy, to be honest. I just when I picture Avery Thomas, it's him just throwing his body around and just doing weird things, with his body. He's got really great athletic attributes, but he's a really tough and brave player in defense. Kind of like Brandon Starcevic, but less of a footballer, But yeah, I like him a lot.
Less of a footballer, and that's worrying me because we're in this climate where we're only drafting athletes and no more footballers. So I don't love that he's not a footballer.
No, I wouldn't say not a footballer, but his footballing skills aren't his main strength. So you can definitely work on it. And quite a few of these players, like Max Holmes, is a good example of an athlete who turns good. But Avery Thomas, I look at him and there's a hard edge to him which I really like. He's not just an athlete to me; he's someone who's going to really compete and try and be better than what he is.
Right, okay. And where's he projected to go? Is he
late? Probably. If we had a late pick, I wouldn't mind using it on him or someone like that. But I don't think we're going to be using any late. Oh, I guess we might if Adam Swade is passed on. Yeah, he'd be late. He'd be well after the 30s, I'd say.
Good question. Is Doviston's defensive attributes and pressure acts are actually natural to him? I think as a small forward, we all know what's the makeup of a small forward, that they love getting on an end of a goal. Isn't that the gag that commentators use every time they talk about small forwards and key forwards, I guess, that they never pass off? they see the goals and their eyes light up. So I think natural is probably probably not the number one thing that comes naturally to small forwards. And as Felix said, that even our own Kako, who is so defensively accountable, had to work on that too. So, yeah, I wouldn't worry me that it doesn't come like first off the rank naturally to him.
Not at all. Yeah, I think the fact that he can do it is proof in the pudding.
Yeah. Hello, Atush. How's it going over there in Blue Abroad? And Pommy with Pommy. How's it going? Thank you very much. Handshake deal for pick number 9. You're welcome. We won't bid on Dean now. You're welcome. Yeah. You want Lockie Dovison too? I don't think you can get Lockie Dovison, surely. Carlton don't have picks.
Yeah.
Sorry, Atush. No, Jay, this is an open family until you hit me wrong, and then it's a closed family. But Atush is part of the family. He's a great Carlton man. Everybody's welcome. The more commentary, the more chat, the better. All team, all fans. Hey, Richard, how are you? For me, it's key defender and ruck as priority if we're looking at need, but best talent available should never be overlooked if they're better than what we have. Rook is an interesting one, Felix, because, I mean, do you think the temptation for Cooper Duff Tyler would have just been, given the Draper scenario, do you think that Draper going would have really smoked Matt Rosa in the list department, given that they were maybe hoping or projecting that Draper would stay, so they kind of didn't even look too much into him until Draper made the call to leave?
No, I think well, he spent a lot of time at the club, Cooper Duff Tyler. So the AFL Academy, he was training there with them. So we probably know him better than anyone. And that's when those rumours came out about Essendon potentially moving up to secure Cooper Duff Tyler. I wasn't that surprised because, you'll often find that clubs have a better understanding of these players that they actually see train more. Like, it's not just about them playing games, it's about them training and how they project with their training as well. But I think if Draper had stayed, would there be any interest? Probably not. But I really like CDT. Like, he is the prototypical modern day ruckman. I think the rule changes are going to really benefit him. And like, I think in 4 or 5 years there could 100% be arguments, people saying like, why didn't we trade up the CDT? Because he really could be someone who like tears games apart in the future. But yeah, I guess we just have to remember that the players we got in our range, we've got more of them in our range because of our picks and positions we probably need more now as well.
Yeah, true. I'd say that we probably do need soon enough a baby giraffe developing in the VFL at least, given that they take much longer. And, to me, Vigo, even watching him out at training last week, whilst his running has improved and I think his tank has improved as well, I still think his body shape has still a fair way to go, which is totally understandable. I think he's still got a very, baby body, if, make of that what you want. So I think he's still got some way to go. But I think next year, you mentioning adding, some defenders, some key defenders to our watch list, I think ruck should be another ruck. Should be that.
That's a fair.
Hey, Vince, I like this. Legends and legendettes. That's nice. Yes, absolutely.
Actually, good little comment there from TL on Marcus Krasnodemskis. That is a player that Essendon have put some time into as well. He's probably
TL coming down. Nice.
Yeah, actually, yeah, true, yeah. But yeah, he might not even go through in the national draft. So that's a situation where the club could look at someone in the rookie draft, maybe even the SSP period. Depends what happens with Hussein Elachkar, given our rookie spots and the amount that we have. Louis Emmett of 3 stumps is another one. He's probably going to be gone a bit before we have another pick on the board. But Marcus Krasnodemskis is someone that the club have put a bit of time into. So I wouldn't be surprised if we do randomly just call his name out. He's another ruckman in the state league. I think he might have also been Eastern Rangers potentially as well. I'll have to double check.
That's a great shout. I mean, Krasnodemskis, Demski. And the commentator saying his name, surely there's got to be a way to
just call him Marcus. Yeah.
Yeah, Marcus, poor kiddo. Yeah, Vigo Bryan. Yeah, Mr. M, like eventually, I just don't know the strength of that up against some of the more experienced, bigger-bodied ruckman. I just think, yeah, I believe in it. Don't get me wrong. I believe in the duo. I just think we probably, yeah, that's a good question, Marcus. I mean, they said 7 p.m., but I kept reading all the captions on all of the advertisements, and none said that the draft starts at 7. So I'm like, oh, there's going to be a lot of preamble there. I don't know. Maybe 7:30? Could that be it?
Yeah, I think it'd be 7:30. I think they'll be building into it pretty soon, I reckon.
All right. If we had a pick, is this the one that you saw that you read out before?
Yes. Emmett is the better of the two. I think
Yep.
Emmett could be taken in the first round potentially. But both are similar types of players, like that modern day mobile ruck. More than just a ruckman, but someone who can like impact around the ground as well. I'd be happy with either, to be honest. But I don't think we'll go that way this year.
Yeah. Okay. What do you mean they've got an hour of live trades to get through? As in an hour until the live trades happen, or is that what you're talking about? I don't think we can preamble for 1 hour. You guys are going to get so bored. I mean, come on, hit us with the questions if you have any. I mean, when I say we, I mean the guru here.
Never bored of the draft. Although I am keen for it to just wrap up so I can think about next year. Yeah.
Yeah, I bet. I absolutely bet. I'm waiting for it to be done. That's a great question.
I am seeing Mick Ablett on my phone here.
You got it on You got it on the phone, and what's happening?
I'm just seeing Mick Ablett talking, and I'm sure it's good.
Yeah, I'm sure it's good. As we know, what did he say? He was so complimentary of us last year, wasn't he? Like he just nailed it. He just nailed his
he knows his stuff. And then he knows his stuff.
You just blink, and 12 months later, the polar opposite complimentary articles of Essendon's move last year absolutely just hitting the media. And if anybody is not picking up on the absolute sarcasm that we're going, of course, Mick Ablett famously said how poor Essendon's trade period was last year, and getting St Kilda's second round pick and Melbourne's pick was just bad. Oh, okay, I think it's starting now, everyone.
Yep.
So
here we go.
Yeah, we're about to see good old Willem Duursma. What a shame that we can't reunite the brothers, hey? I know he was very keen.
A couple of years.
Save. Oh, couple years?
Yeah, hopefully.
Well, we'll just cheekily bring back Harley Reid and Willem Duursma.
Both of them, yeah. Future third should be enough for that.
Future third? I reckon that's generous, Felix.
And even just Xavier Taylor there, like he is someone who just look like both him and Lockie Doveston, in the nicest way possible, do just look like punchable in a good way, Like it's that time of like they're just shits, But like that's what you need on a team. Xavier Taylor's tatted up. He's 18 and he's got tattoos. Didn't even know that was legal, but that shows the type of character he is.
Is that shocking? Is he someone we could potentially take? Oscar Taylor.
Oh no, Xavier Taylor. Sorry, Xavier
Taylor. I think you said Oscar Taylor. That's wrong.
But Oscar Taylor, I mean, he was at the hangar on Monday, so we've definitely looked into him a little bit.
That's what I'm not that familiar as I am with Xavier Taylor as I am Oscar. So tell us a bit about him.
Oscar Taylor, just a really quick rebound defender. I think he might be one of the quickest in the draft, if not the quickest. I'm trying to remember the combine times, but he'd be right up there with the speed and agility. He's super quick, super daring off halfback. If Sullivan Roby didn't exist, he'd be the biggest bolter in the draft. He came out of nowhere as well, but because Sullivan Roby was a bigger and better story, it kind of he's in the shadows a little bit. Both Eastern Rangers boys too as well.
Interesting. It's so funny. I saw somebody's discussing West Coast taking Willem and Roby, and oh my God, doesn't that make you like drool thinking about Roby, Willem, and Harley Reid in the same midfield? Like,
yeah,
wow.
I think West Coast are like sneakily building something just good for the future if they keep doing this. Keep finishing bottom of the ladder and
keep
and getting
getting, compensation picks and woe is me and we're so shit. Only won a premiership 7 years ago, and we're just so bad. We need help. I think we got to play up. I reckon we got to play up. You all know I don't subscribe to victimhood. It is Alcatraz, as you all know. But I think we're gonna play this game, Essendon, because we haven't had success for 20 years.
And you know what's funny about this here is that they've been on the clock for like almost a minute now, and it's taken them this long to lock their pick in.
I mean, the pick is in. Here we go. What a very talented family. My goodness. 4 kids playing
high level too. Like I know that there's been some criticism about, how Zane and Xavier are failed draft picks. I love Xavier Dersma. I think he's great. And Zane is 20, 21 years old. It's a good family.
The talent there. There he goes. Congrats. Alrighty. We are off the 2025 draft.
Oh, and there's Xavier Dersma too.
How cute. There's Zave. Oh my God. So wholesome, everybody, isn't it?
Yeah.
Sorry. Let me focus on what you're doing, Fiona. There we are. I don't know if I'm going to have room here. Will I have room? Yeah, let's go.
Not for Cooper Duff Tyler.
Yeah, sorry, Coop. You're getting the C. Duff Tyler shortening of your name. And there's another one whose name didn't quite fit into the equation, into the bubble here. But yeah, he knew this was coming, so there'll be no shocks to anybody in the industry or to Will there. Yeah,
it's there's never any suspense with pick one. It really starts now what they do with the bidding. I think we're all pretty confident that there's going to be Hewland and Harry Dean bids early by West Coast.
Right. Okay.
And then Cooper Duff Tyler. I think the first 4 picks are pretty much locked in. It's what happens after that is where we start stressing a little bit, because that's where it really opens up. Yeah, so when Richmond
Richmond enters the chat, that's when it starts to get a bit.
Did he just get a medal?
How cute! It's Harley.
Oh, wait. Oh, yeah, Harley Reid.
Oh, that's so cute. Oh, my God.
Oh, yeah, and now you're going to get all the trade notifications down the bottom as well, because teams can start trading now. So you're going to have every team in the comp trading. I'll just make sure I keep track of what the Bombers are doing.
Yes, if you could do that, because I have 1 million people, please don't underestimate how complicated this is to do. So, and this is not my strength, everybody, the technical side of things. So, as we saw, it is quite complex from the start of this stream. But so we don't actually have pick 9 yet, correct? That hasn't even started.
No, not yet, but we will have it in a second, I reckon.
Okay, so they're already on the clock, West Coast. So 3 minutes to go. With their second.
And it does benefit the Eagles to kind of wait a bit, because other teams can trade picks around, and that could help the Eagles later on in the draft if they want to trade around. So this is why teams early on waiting does make a bit more sense, because it gives other teams more time to actually finalize the picks that they've got.
So it's not just for the draft.
But it is too. It definitely is in the later stages. Like they could speed it up a bit, but...
Yeah, I think this doing the interview as well, I think this has something to do with it too, which is all good and fine. It's their time, it's their moment in the sun. They deserve to hold the spotlight. Absolutely.
Yeah, it'd be crazy if they just picked another player now and forced Willem Dersma off the stage.
True. That's true. They're in control, really.
Yeah,
it's exceptional to think that, at 191 centimeters, that he is the player he is. That just continues to blow my mind.
That's why I like Xavier Taylor. That's why I want Xavier Taylor. I know that he's not the player that Willem Dersma is, but I just
But we don't need him. Say he's ready to play. Who makes way for him in the team, Felix? That's my thing.
Yeah, no, I get that, but I think he's going to take a bit longer anyway. And I think he's someone who has a bit more scope and versatility in his position. I think when you're building a list from the bottom up, which we're kind of doing, you just take the really talented players and try and shape them in any way you can. I don't think Hawthorn really needed Josh Weddle when they took him, but he's kind of like a Mr. Fix-It for them in a lot of ways now. And I think that... Okay, so here we go. What am I looking at? They've got the trade up for Essendon and Carlton, but they've got the wrong numbers. So...
Pick 5. Is that what I'm seeing?
Oh no, I'm just check. Okay, so I think it's pick 21, 27, 30 for pick 9, and I'm guessing it is 43 there, but they've got the wrong numbers around on the thing I'm looking at. But I think it's 9 and 43 that we've got now.
That's not even up on the Fox Footy stream, so I'm glad you're across that. All right, so Foxtel. Oh, sorry. Thank you, Evil Gumby. Got 9 and 43. Beautiful.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah. Perfect.
So yeah, that 43 is going to be interesting because is that going to be the enough to match a bid on Suede?
All right, this says a bid pending, so obviously that's Harry Dean, yes?
Or Zeke Euland. It'll be one after the other, but it just depends on which order.
Okay, so either Zeke or Harry could be the pick number 2 for 2025. Yep, gotcha.
Yeah.
So why is this bit? See, now this shits me. Why does this bit take so long? Why does? I mean, we know that Carlton's matching that bid. We know that Gold Coast are matching that bid. Just do the shit.
Good question. Why does it take so long?
Just this little bit. Like once the wholesome moments are out the way, there's just no need.
Yeah, and then they're going to have Zeke Euland go up on stage as well.
Exactly.
Yeah, so picks 5, 6, and 9.
Yeah, I get it. I know. And we get to all just talk shit with all of you, so I shouldn't complain, should I, really?
Exactly.
Yeah. So what's happening to Hawthorn? Explain that to me. What's happened to Hawthorn?
Well, this is...
We just got the pick that they offered to us.
Yes.
The symmetry.
Yes, and now any Hawthorn fan saying that they were paying a fair amount can just, look at this because we've got that pick anyway. We're getting 3 top 10 players. If we got pick 9, what we'd have to do is likely send away a bunch of those picks in the 20s, for other drafts because we wouldn't be able to keep them anyway. So that's why it was just never a good enough deal. You can't just offer up a bunch of picks that add up to a certain value and say it's enough. You got to give them actually teams what they want, and that's not all you wanted.
That's such a good point. Everybody, did you hear what Felix just said? If you didn't, tomorrow watch this back, and whenever there it is, Zeke.
Yeah.
Whenever the pick comes in, whenever a Hawthorn player, a supporter comes at you with that, this is what you just say this is what you say to them. It was never a good enough trade.
Yeah.
So Zeke Euland is the number 2. All right, let's update that.
And can I just say, Gold Coast next year are scary. Like
oh yeah,
they're building something there. Like they've just gotten what have they gotten? Not Charlie Curnow, Christian Petrarca, Jamari Ugle-Hagan. If he comes good, that's a massive bonus for whatever pick that was. And then they've got 2 of the best players in the draft as well. Like they've had the perfect off season. That's
insane. Yeah, to think that they've got Petrarca there. I know there's question marks over his durability and his immediate future, but man, and his brother, Zeke Euland's brother, I'm a big fan.
Yeah, he's good. I like him. Well, Zeke is kind of like a smaller Bodie. He's got the same real toughness. Sorry.
I was just saying I remember him when we played Gold Coast and here at Marvel, watching Euland just tear us up.
Yeah, he's really good. And they're similar styles, but I think Zeke's got a lot more upside because he's probably a fair bit classier. And also like we didn't even really see him at his best this year, and he's still pick 2. Like he's been injured all year. He had stress fractures, I think. He hasn't really had a proper run at footy, and he's still pick 2, and that shows how highly rated this guy is. I think if it's an open draft, there's a serious conversation about him being pick 1, I think.
That's crazy, yeah. I mean, academies are great, right? We still like academies.
For now.
I mean, we all saw that Cochrane already next year is already like potentially, going pick 1. And was this week or last week? Wasn't he added to Port Adelaide's academy, right?
Yep. They've just got access to him. So they're another team like Essendon who are really hoping that the rule changes aren't aren't going to, stuff us around a bit.
I think they are. I really think they are, Felix.
I think they will a little bit. I think what they're planning is you have to match bids with 2 picks, which means, Zeke Uland would probably cost like a bunch of two top 10 selections instead of, what picks in the 20s as it is now. So it's not easy, and it's not easy to prepare for a bid then either. It won't be ideal.
It's just not fair because
No.
from one year to the next,
Yep.
a player is going to cost 1 pick to match versus an exorbitant amount. It's just, oh gosh.
And I think we're getting somewhere anyway. Like even this year, they've changed the rules slightly, which is still like it's made it like, we're no guarantee to match a bit on Adam Sway, but I think if it was last year, we probably would be because the rules have changed slightly since last year. I think if they just keep changing it, slowly and giving teams time to prepare, like even this year, right? We don't know what the rules are going to be, and clubs haven't had time to prepare their draft hand for next year. In case the rules change in a big way. So it really isn't fair to change it like a year after. It makes no sense to me.
Yeah, I think you nailed it with just small incremental changes that are going to see. And they should see it anyway with how they do rule changes. How, when they make little incremental rule changes, how the coaches just slowly, they just start exposing and finding ways to expose the rule. It's the same principle. My God. I mean, in my head, it's like the AFL, huge conglomerate, hard to run. But then I sit back in my little content creator studio and I think, is it really that complicated and hard? Because I think I just created a solution to a problem that seems very obvious, but surely there's got to be more to it.
I think we should just do it. You and me. We should run the AFL.
I mean, we're so good. We're so bloody good. Yeah, TL. When you can trade futures 2 years in advance, you need to wait 3 years before making rule changes. Nailed it. Geez, what have you had for lunch today and breakfast and dinner, TL? What
MVP.
are you coming out with absolute goods today? Absolute
MVP.
Great. Yeah, MVP so far. Okay, Heavy Cats, Harry Dean, bid is in. All right, so he is pick 3. Oh, yeah, this is definitely Harry, right? Couldn't be any other player.
Yeah, this won't be anyone else. This will be Harry Dean.
All right. I mean,
so already pick 42 is now going to become, I think, pick 43 is now going to become pick 40 or pick 39 after all this.
Yep.
So it's slowly moving up.
Okay. I mean, at this rate, we should just invite you onto the show, TL. Honestly, this is another very, very good call by you. Well done. Oh, you think that's Annabelle Pawn? An Annabelle pick. Another tick for equality going off to Richmond. Dan Annabelle.
Yeah, Brisbane needed the leg up. They need Dan Annabelle, but no, I think this will be Harry Dean.
Okay. There we go. So I haven't bothered to actually look too much or think too much about Harry Dean. What kind of player is he? What's he going to do for Carlton, Felix?
I think we'd really like him. We're talking about key defenders. He's great. Pick 3 feels odd. I wouldn't say he's a pick 3 in a draft, but he's not far off it. He's a really solid key defender, really great in the air, also just really trustworthy by foot as well. Good size. He's getting close to that 197, 198 mark, but not getting too tall. So he's still mobile enough as well. And he's also, I think he's ready to go, close to round 1 next year, which is really rare for key defenders specifically. He looks. So,
like, what are we looking at? Oh my God, I've just lost it. I can see his face.
Oh, Wiedering.
Wiedering and Dean are like a rare chance to see that pretty early then.
Possibly. I think he's pretty good. And there's also a guy at Carlton who's done his ACL, unfortunately, who I really like from last year's draft called Harry O'Farrell. He looks really good. And I was secretly hoping we'd take him last year in the draft because he was with the Calder Cannons. But I think Harry Dean and Harry O'Farrell is a really that's just a good little combo there for the next 5 to 10 years to bank on. I reckon. I like it.
Yeah. How do you think Carlton have played this in terms of how they've handled manipulating their picks and their points and drafting in and out. Because on the surface, you look at what Carlton have given up to then get back, and you think, oh, why would they do that? But in terms of if you step back and look at who they've brought in over the last few years, as you mentioned, O'Farrell and trading up last year to take Jaeger Smith, I don't know, something. It looks like there's meaning to the madness to me.
Yeah, and I think the tough thing is like they in an ideal world they'd hold on to picks 9 and 11 because like if a bid came where it should have for Harry Dean, I think like a bit later with Essendon's picks. Pick 11, 9 and 11 that they had, pick 11 would have slid back to another pick in the first round. So they'd get Harry Dean, a first rounder, and then another academy player, Jack Ison, a bit later. But unfortunately, because the bids come so early, they just had to trade those picks away. But I think even with the North trade they did with one of those picks, one of them's a future selection for next year's draft where they get Cody Walker, who, might be pick 1. He's another father son that they're getting really early on. So they're kind of banking on, all these club-linked players and just taking them.
Yeah, it's sometimes it's luck, Felix, and just when these kids come through and if the offspring love footy and want to do footy. But hey, G Pat, thank you so much for the 5. Next year, can you do a Phantom Dodoro draft, guessing all of the ways he'd screw it up? Yeah, that could be an option. We can add that to the list if there's no bloody stream issues, but maybe we'll do how many players could we pick that could be that we're going to play out of position because they're a half medium defender, but they could be a midfielder, so they're perfect for us. Maybe
we take 3 Xavier Taylors. I'm happy with 1 Xavier Taylor in this draft, but Dodoro would have taken 3 of them.
And you know what? Maybe it's just PTSD that I'm attaching probably unfairly to Xavier Taylor because I hear that he's a rebound defender, that hybrid defender who can play in the midfield and he's going to turn into a midfield, and all of a sudden my spidey sense is going, no. So maybe I'm being unfair on Xavier Taylor. Look, I think he's phenomenal. I think he'll be brilliant. I think he'll be an honest player, but I just think we're going to go mids and we're going to go a bit of polish, a bit of class.
Yeah, I think we'll do both, to be honest. I think both of us are going to be happy by the end of this, the way I see it.
I hope so. All right, Xavier asks, any chance we trade a future second if Adam Schubert is available in the 20s?
Would we? Maybe. I mean, we like him, and he's probably I wouldn't mind it, but it just means that would a club want to do that? I don't know. I don't mind it though. I like Aiden Schubert.
Yeah. Does he? I mean, no, we can't take him. In short, Xavier, we can't take him because Fiona didn't prepare a slide on him, and so we can't take him. I've guessed, so I've got a bunch of them lined up here. But see, I'm giving away all my secrets to you guys. I shouldn't really do that, should I? It's fine. Okay.
Hawthorn have just moved up in the draft.
What they done? What have Hawthorn done?
I think they've just moved down or up. What have they done? They've moved up. They've taken Brisbane's pick.
From which pick?
So they've now got pick 18. So they've got picks 12 and 18 Hawthorn. So they've got a decent enough draft hand, but they've given away another 3rd round pick for it. They've really been shuffling around a lot. Like they had pick 9, then they've got pick 10, then they get in pick 18.
If they take my guy, Josh Lindsay, I'm going to be really upset if he goes there. Really upset.
It's a fair chance, I think. Or Harley Barker. I think they could
take
do a
your guy.
whammy and stuff us both up.
Oh, my God. That would be what I know we're going to be happy because we're going to get some kids. But if they took your fave and my fave, man.
Yeah.
Do we really deserve that?
Really.
I don't think we do deserve that, to be quite honest with you.
So this is going to be Cooper Duff Tytler, hopefully.
Oh, all right. Their pick is in finally. No more bidding for West Coast, but they've done God's work, right? They've bid on.
Thank you, West Coast.
Thank you, West Coast. So everyone owes them 2 beers officially. We'll see how those beers cancel each other out with the rest of the fuckery that comes from other clubs. Oh, okay. So what pick did Brisbane give Hawthorn, Felix?
So I think they gave pick just for points because they've got Dan Annable, so they've given pick 17 to Hawthorn, they get Hawthorn's 21 or something back and a third rounder as well. So I think it makes sense for both teams.
All right, so they're just collecting some points. Ah, there he is.
Yep.
What a big boy. I just remember watching him play in our VFL against St Kilda when we played them, and watching him play on like really hard-nosed AFL listed defenders, and I was just so impressed. And you know what? Everyone keeps telling me this kid's better than Luke Darcy. And I think Luke Darcy's like a unicorn from another planet. So if he is, that's just crazy. All right, let's update this.
Yeah, he's a good one. Ideal world. I mean, he wasn't far off being in our academy, unfortunately.
Oh, really? Oh, my God.
Yeah, that would have been nice. He's got Sri Lankan heritage. I think if his dad was born just a few months earlier in Sri Lanka, he would be in our next generation academy, but he wasn't. He is not.
That's not fair, is it?
No,
surely we could petition the AFL for a leg up there.
Can we still take him?
Imagine that probably we'd have to. So let's say if he was in our academy, we match this bid here, right?
Yeah,
that's what we would
do. Yeah. I think we'd just be moving picks into next year's draft in 2027. I mean, would you rather Cooper Duff Tytler or 3 players in the top 10 or 15? I don't know.
But you're telling me that next year's draft is better, right? So.
Yeah, but it's also about what you've got at your we're in a position where we can get some midfielders in, get some some high upside players as well at the same time. Like our picks have ended up being in a really good range, and next year, there's every chance we're a better team than we were this year. So, and we might not have as high picks.
That's true. All right, so we've had 4 picks. Let's see if this is going to work for me easily. If not, I'm gonna cull doing this. But let's see how. Let's see. Geez, she's given up really quickly. It's been a long week, everyone. Let's see. Nah, it's not working. Let's try this. Hey, there we go. All right, so I've got to take you off. Let's see how. Oh, this is really shitting me tonight, everyone. I need you to know how annoying this actually is. It usually just flows really. Anyway, that's not interesting. All right. Felix's premonition. Willem Dursma, tick. Zeke Eulin, tick. Harry Dean, tick. Cooper Duff Tyler, tick. 4 for 4. And you said that they would be mostly wrong. But they're the easy ones, right?
I think this one's going to be a tick as well because Richmond have just put a bid in, and I think it will be Dylan Patterson. I mean, they might bid on Dan Annable as well. That's where I kind of differ from Cal Toomey. As soon as pick 6, everything changes a little bit.
Oh.
But I think this will be a bid on Dylan Patterson.
Okay. So talk to us about Dylan Patterson. What does he bring? What's he going to bring?
He's really fun. He is a.
Are you going to tell me that he could have been in our academy too?
Unfortunately, not. No, he's a really fun rebounding defender. He's got a rugby background. He's actually had rugby teams in the NRL. Try and lure him to that code. But he looks like a rugby player playing football. Like the way he just gets and goes. He's at one stage of the year item number 1 in my rankings. I remember I was watching the Allies. Who were the Allies playing? They were playing someone, and I was with Dylan Alexander, and we were both sitting there watching Dylan Patterson, and we were just blown away watching him play. It was so good. He's really fun to watch, really aggressive, and I think he'll be a lot of fun next year. I think he's probably a good little cheeky rising star shout for 2026.
Wow, that's a big call. Big call. Brendan, that's funny. Agree. I think we will be top 10 next year. Yeah. Can't wait to finish 10th and then lose our first final by 400 points. I'm so keen for that. And then do a fan cams after a losing final after 400 by 400 points. Oh. Yeah, the Richmond fuckery is certainly ahead of us. But they're doing us a favour here, right, by bidding?
They are, until we get to their picks, and then it's the juicy part of the draft.
I feel a bit nervous, actually.
So do I. I don't like it.
I have no insight on what they're going to do.
No, I feel like they could do something cheeky. I think Sam Grew
Yeah.
would be the cheeky thing. I think everyone's kind of gone off that. I'm still, I don't know. I just think they like him, and when
Are
you
you
like
thinking with your
someone,
head here, though? Are you thinking with your head here, or is that what your heart is actually telling you they're going to do?
no, that's my head. I think my heart is probably going with Cal Toomey because I love that man so much. Anything he says, I just listen to. But my head's telling me like Sam Grew would make sense because of the amount of time and effort they've put into him. Like I guess they've done the same with Sam Cumming lately as well. But I mean, we'll see. We'll see.
That's true. But we could argue that we've put a heap of work into a lot of players too, in terms of getting them to the club recently. And not that other teams probably haven't, but
Well,
yeah,
he
does, Jay, doesn't he? I don't know. He's got a good energy, a really lovely aura.
Yeah.
Duff Tyler. I've said it. I've thought it all year, and when I watched him play in that VFL game, very lovely aura. So yeah, would have one that we missed. I think now.
Yeah.
Sorry, go.
Those at the Calder Cannons really. I mean, they always speak highly of these players. They're never gonna not. But speaking to people at the Calder Cannons, they do really like Cooper Duff Tyler as a bloke. He just seems like a great guy.
Yeah, really just heart and soul, a guy who would just, I don't know, I could see him in a leadership group, a future leader as well. Free Stump wants to know, do you think Melbourne Demons will get aggressive and trade up?
Potentially. They've got a few good picks here, but I don't think they'd be able to get one of those Richmond picks. I think if anything, they might trade down a little bit. So there's Dylan Patterson going to
Gold
Coast.
What's happening here? Oh, there we go. Gold Coast is cleaning up this off season, aren't they?
It's good. It's good. For them, not for us. I mean, they're doing well. They're doing well.
Did you forget that this is an Essendon channel? This is Essendon bias only, Felix.
I just like Dylan Patterson. I just like him. Yeah. I think that's great. And now this is where it's going to change. I think so. Whether they bid on Dan Annable, I hope not, because if they do, I'm already wrong. But I'm not too worried about the bidding and when that comes. Realistically, like that doesn't matter too much for me.
Oh, you missed the gushing over him, Atush. You're late. We just gushed well over on Harry Dean.
Yes,
so you're gonna have to watch it back.
We like Harry Dean. We like Harry Dean.
Yeah, except when he lines up on Caddy and then he's just going to get taken to the cleaners. Very sorry to tell you. All right, let's.
Also, that Guernsey is crap, by the way.
Yeah, I mean.
I
know the competition tries to arc up about the Gold Coast and everything they do is rainbows and sunshine, but their jumpers do nothing for me. Like none of their jumpers. Their logo does nothing for me. Anyway. Okay. Oh my God, this is shitting me so much. I've got to get over it.
See, these highlights, that is a rugby player. You can't tell me he like, look at him go there. This one on the Marvel Stadium is where I remember watching this live and just like we were blown away watching him, carve up the middle of the ground like that. He is, I really like Dylan Patterson.
He does look like a rugby player.
Yeah, he gives off rugby vibes in every way.
Yeah, definitely. All right, so this is your premonition. You're 5 for 5.
So far. If we end the draft now, I've nailed it.
You've nailed it. Oh, my God. Yeah.
But we're not ending the draft now, unfortunately.
Talk to the chat for a second,
sure thing.
Felix.
I'm guessing Atush is only Carlton. So tell me a bit about Harry Dean, Atush. I'm sure you've watched him quite a bit. I remember it was only really Champs when I saw him actually come around, because I wasn't even thinking about him as a first round prospect until then. And I don't know how he really came about so quickly, because he did just look like a man amongst boys. That's what everyone said, and I think he heard that as well, and he's thinking about how he can build on that and become a first round, a round one contender to play next year for the Blues. Do you look at Harry Dean and think it's a round one combo with Jacob Wiedering, or is it a long-term view if you're still there, Atush? How are Brisbane going to manage the salary cap? Good question. I don't think they will. I don't think they will. Zach Bailey is how if he goes away. Oh, so here we go. Richmond have put another bid on, and that's going to be Dan Annable. So already we are wrong.
Oh, okay. So you had them taking Roby here, and who did you have then bidding on Dan Annable?
I had us, but I wasn't like I didn't really put much thought into the Dan Annable bid. Like I assumed, Richmond would really like Dylan Patterson as a player. I didn't think they'd want to draft Dan Annable if he was available. I thought they'd be going for different types of players, but if you can make teams pay, you may as well. So I think that's what Richmond are doing here.
Yeah, okay. All right. Well, it's a first blemish, but we won't hold that against our good mate Felix, will we chat? Is it better that they... Yeah, I was just going to ask you that question. See, we are... this is why we could fix the AFL. Exactly. Are you seeing this chemistry? Sheesh.
So it does work out better because I think if Brisbane had picked 17, it wouldn't have eaten up their second pick as much, but these next two selections will dissolve.
Wait, explain that again. My brain just went offline. What do you mean?
I think our pick 43 will slide up a little bit more, or one pick more than it would have before potentially. So right now, where are we? So pick 43 is already turned into pick 37, and that's with potentially a few more bids to come before Adam Swade. So I think the highest it could go was like 35 or 34. Which means to match an Adam Swade bid, it would need to be, I think, 29 or 30, potentially.
Right. Okay. Did everybody compute that? Because I don't think I did.
I barely did, to be honest. I was just saying a bunch of numbers.
I want to keep it real with you guys, as I always do. So you probably can read it on my face when I'm actually not getting something. Now, this is a kid who... I love the look of.
Yeah.
I have thoroughly enjoyed watching his highlights and him this year. I really have. He's probably, out of all the academy kids, he's cute.
And it's good because the Lions, they need some help, They need some good young players.
Struggling team, just the more young talent they can accumulate and, stay where they need to be, the better. So, but luck.
McInerney?
It is the big O.
What a random player to be giving a Guernsey.
I mean, yeah. Let's see now. Now the fuckery starts, everybody.
Yeah,
now we get this first one is. They take Roby, don't they?
Yeah, surely. Yeah. They do really like Sam Cumming. I mean, we'll see. This is interesting, actually. I don't know.
Hey, Matt. Atush from Only Carlton is a wonderful friend of the channel, as are many other Carlton and other club supporting people. Everybody is welcome here. We are an open, safe space. When it gets tricky is when people start being assholes, and that's when I zero tolerance and I boot them out. But everybody is welcome to chat and banter. That's why we're here. Otherwise, it's boring, right? Sorry, Felix, go.
No, I agree. I think lately I've noticed that Carlton fans, at least online, their presence is, and maybe it's because both our clubs are pretty crap right now, but I think there's a nice little, mutual appreciation shared between both fan bases, at least in online communities. And I guess that's partly because, yourself and Pommy, share the space a bit. I've been on Pommy's channel a fair bit as well. So, yeah, it's good.
Yeah. He tells me every time that he's bringing you over to the dark side. He's sealing you over from me because now that's officially a thing. So don't you worry. I get teed up when you're over there. But okay, let's answer this question for Webby. This confuses me, but why did the Bombers give up picks 5 and 6, where we obviously have more advantage on who we select?
So we didn't give up picks 5 and 6. They just slid back in the order because of matched bids. So they're still picks 5 and 6 in the open draft, but because of the academy players being taken before them, they moved down the order slightly.
Yeah, so if you take those academy picks and kids out who we already knew all year were going to those respective clubs, it's still essentially pick 5 and 6.
Yep.
Yeah, isn't that the truth? How are your solution? Carlton Essendon have formed an online table of mediocrity. I mean, I would love to bond on something else, and this is not my favourite thing to bond on, but here we are. But I have been just absolutely through Pommy and Terry and the crossover between our channels, just inundated and pleasantly surprised and welcomed into some Carlton people's hearts, and they're into my heart. So, yeah, absolutely have loved all the Carlton people who find their way in this chat, and always welcome Langy and, oh my God. Again, I had her name is in the forefront of my face. Kate and Atush. Oh, we're nervous, Atush. This pick now. Richmond pick is in. Oh God, who is it, everybody? Oh.
It really does dictate our whole draft, doesn't it? Like, you're thinking about it now, like.
It's not Sam Grill. I'm telling you now, it won't be Sam Grill.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. This is pretty much it. Yeah. And look, we're bonding further. Basically, you're helping us, you're helping the Hawthorn Essendon rivalry continue. All right, here we go. Oh, you're right.
Oh,
They took Cumming.
There we go. All right.
Dang. Okay. Wow.
So Toomey is spot on. God, he's good.
Oh, is that what he said?
Yeah.
Oh, they took Sam Cumming. Damn. All right. Why does this next pick of theirs? Oh God, he's emotional. Stop it. Far out.
He is a little kid. He's Sam Cumming. He's great.
Oh my God. Damn. Okay. Oh my God. Bless that child. I really did want him. But okay.
Yeah, he's good. He's good. I loved watching him play in the Sandful. Like that's what did it for me. He was like he's clearly not a grown man yet, but he was so tough. Going up against these, he was like getting bowled over, getting absolutely knocked around, and getting up every time. He was so tough in that game, and that made me really like him a lot.
Yeah. I love the way he plays his football. I love the intent. His intent is just 10 out of 10, unconditionally, 100% of the time. That wins me over. Those values really endear themselves to me because they're the things you can control. And if you are 100% committed to the things that you can control 100% of the time, in my belief, the rest takes care of itself. And I think for him, that's what's going to happen for the rest of his career. Oh, there's Sharp. Okay, so this next pick is either Grill or Roby.
Or Taylor. Like, I don't know.
Oh, please say Taylor. Please say Taylor.
I think it's Roby. I think it would surprise me if Roby gets through to Essendon. And if he gets through, I'd be very happy.
I know you would. Oh, God. Yeah, I know, right? I know.
My ideal outcome is Taylor and Roby, and then somehow Dyson Sharp slides to the next pick, but I don't think that happened. So,
oh, I know. There's no chance. You have to take Sharp. Sorry, Felix, you can't.
Yeah, I know. That's too uncertain having Taylor and Roby, but I just love it. I love them both.
I know, but it just no.
No, I think this will be Roby anyway.
Yeah, I think so. Did Toomey have them taking Roby with this next one?
Yep, they had them taking. I think he had him coming then Roby as well in that order potentially.
Wow. So do we believe him when he still says? Are we going to believe Cal Toomey in the future if he still says, "Oh, I have no idea. I'm still unsure about who Richmond are taking"? This is why I don't trust people. Cal.
I'll always believe him, no matter what. He can say anything and I'll believe it. Nah, yeah, he did have coming then Roby. So gee, that is like that's just a good. He gets good intel. That guy, he really does.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be, as a Richmond fan, there's probably none of you in here, but far out, I'd be so wrapped with that. Cumming and Roby, man, especially after your draft haul last
Last year, yeah.
Oh, a long day,
they,
a long week, a long month.
They are getting some good young players in Richmond. That's a club that's having a lot of fun right now.
Yeah, they are. They have this. I have to admit, though, Felix, this feels like a safe pick to me for Richmond.
It does, yeah. I think if I'm Richmond, I'm going Roby Taylor just for pure upside because they've gotten so many players in the last few years. Like you may as well just throw as many darts as you can and hope a bunch of them stick. You've got they've had so many players in this last 2 drafts. Is that Dyson? Oh no, it's not. Is it Dyson Sharp next to him? I can't see. No, it's not. Never mind. Carry on. But no, it does feel safer than the other alternatives that they could have gone with.
Yeah, just given what they did last year, I just think this is very, very safe for me.
They're taking a bit of time.
Well, yeah, they've got 37 seconds left on mine. Oh, thank you, Cade. That means a lot. I really appreciate it. We do it for you. We obviously do it for us because we love the football and the club, but predominantly for you and for all of us. So lots more. I don't think he has this power. I believe in Felix and the power that he holds, but I don't think he has this power. All right, here we go. There's 8 seconds left on the clock. Richmond, screw us over. Come on.
You know what? They may as well pass. Why not? Yes, Daniel, agreed. Yeah, do they pass? Yes, just do it.
Yeah, right.
So realistically, like let's obviously the theatre you needed a bit here, but if the clock does run out, surely when do we draw the line? If you've got a 3-minute timer, but then also time on top of the 3-minute timer.
Nah, never. It'll never happen in the history of trades until Essendon draft until Essendon's pick. And then you ran over by 2 seconds. You forfeit. Oh God, here we go.
What are they doing?
What are they doing? The time is up. The time is up.
We've got places to be, people.
Exactly. I mean, do I ever do it a bit? I mean, I could be
not at all. Sleeping.
Much prefer to hang out. Oh, here we go.
All right.
Who are they going? This is Roby. Just prepare everyone.
I think it's Roby, yeah. I think there's going to be a few disappointed Bomber fans.
Oh, Sarah Jo, Dave, thank you coming through with all the information. Tech issues. Yeah, well, join the club, Fox Footy. Tech issues everywhere. Bloody hell. Tech issues everywhere on
No excuses. No excuses.
Richmond select Samuel Grill from the...
Oh, wowee. Far out. Oh, my God. What does that mean?
Whoa.
Oh, geez.
Okay. All right. They've gone Grill, everybody. We now have... We are locked and loaded. Get excited.
Yeah. That is all right. That is perfect. Okay, what do we do?
Thank you.
Oh, wow.
Hey, is it JL? LJ. It's JL. Yeah? Really? It's JL. JL? LJ?
Oh, LJ. Sorry. I was just in my own mind.
People thinking I'm having a stroke just talking to myself.
Yeah, I didn't know what you were getting at, to be honest. All right, what does this mean? I think.
Okay, quickly before our time. Our time is already on. Pick 9. All right, talk through the options, Felix.
I mean, surely Sullivan Roby, right? I think that's the first thing you do is just lock in Sullivan Roby.
Why? Why do we take him before Sharp?
Either way, like I think I mean, maybe you take Sharp and then on the clock, see if a team comes with a Godfather offer for Roby, like giving away a million first round picks to slide in.
It.
But yes. I think if you're because we've got to pick after Melbourne, you have to think about what they wouldn't want. So they probably, now that Sam Cummings gone, they might want Dyson Sharp to pair with someone else. I think they'd want Xavier Taylor if he was on the clock, but would he be too similar to Cameron Nairn, who they like as well? I think they'd want Sullivan Roby. I think what you have to do is pick the 2 players that you think, or you pick a combination of players that you think Melbourne would pick. So if they would pick
okay.
Dyson Sharp, even if you rank other players lower, if they want Dyson Sharp, do you pick him first because they would take him if he was available? I don't know. This is where it gets confusing. Like, ideal world, honestly, like Richmond take a Xavier Taylor or Roby, so we don't even have to make this decision. But this just feels very complicated now.
Yeah, it does. Oh God, I hope it's like, if you ask me, you all know how I feel about Roby. I love him, but there's the question mark for me. Xavier Taylor, I'm not in his box for us. So even for me, out of Sullivan, Roby, and Xavier Taylor, Sharp, lock him in. He has to come to us. But Taylor or Roby, it's Roby every day, and I have my reservations about Roby. So we just have to take
Team Roby of the two.
And two Bomber boys who are desperate to come to the club.
Yes.
Desperately in love with the Bombers. So
yeah. And it's Roby Sharp, knowing that Taylor will go to Melbourne, and then you probably have a fair shot at Dovison after as well, who's obviously good mates with Xavier Roby, teammates. So you're getting, like, the good thing here is that we are getting, like, we have free reign of what we can do. We've got 2 of the 4 horsemen of the draft apocalypse available, and we might be passing on one of them. Like, really, that's what we're doing right now.
Richmond have really, who are you referring to here? Oh, all right.
Oh, yeah.
Our pick is in, but I don't know who you're saying is slow, but I don't think any of them so far
Probably Sharp, I think, is the...
But no, that is probably at the bottom of his attributes, but he's not. I wouldn't
say slow, but...
Yeah, you're not looking at him to win your 2K up, put it that way. He's not that type of player. He's your power player. No, he's not another Perkins. No way. No. Tell me how he differs from Perkins, Felix.
Who's this? Sorry,
Sharp.
From Perkins? Oh, he's purely a midfielder. I think Perkins, there was a bit more. What was he going to be? Like a forward midfielder hybrid. I think Dyson Sharp is that pure inside midfielder. And like with players like Perkins, you look at them and think, they've got traits to be a good contested midfielder. I think Sharp's already a good contested midfielder for the AFL. That's the way I see it.
He's out of this crop. He's the premier contested ball winner out of this crop. And
I do have reservations. Like I think I've got reservations about him on the outside of it. He definitely has to improve on that. But on the inside, there's no one better in this draft.
Yeah. All right. Let's turn.
Kind of be themselves and be authentic.
Is that very loud? Can everybody hear that? I want us to all hear it together. That's very loud. Sorry to my neighbours who are hearing that, but too bad. Don't you worry. I have very good neighbours, actually, when I'm alone here at 1 a.m. talking to you guys after doing the fan cams. It's just you, me. Oh, here we go. All right.
With pick 9, Essendon select Sullivan Roby.
There we go.
Wow, I did not expect that.
Wow. You didn't expect it? Sullivan Roby.
Oh, no, I know. After the grill pick, but yeah.
Sullivan Roby is an Essendon supporter and an Essendon player now. Welcome to the family, Sully. I had a big old chat with my godson on Sunday, who went to school and played football with him, and he actually said to me, Fiona, did you know that when you came to watch me play in the grand final at Mazenod College, which is where Sully went, that Sully was actually playing in that game? And because I always, when I go watch him play, my godson play football, he always asks me for who was best on, because he knows I'm very footy astute. And unfortunately, Sullivan Roby didn't have a great game, so he didn't make my best ons. But he has since come on and had his 8-week spurt. That worries me a little bit. I'm not going to lie. I think, there's Dice. Oh my God, it's so cute. It's so cute. Bless. That does worry me. I'm not going to lie, Felix. How much should I just put my big girl pants on and not worry about that?
Worry about his, like, the fact that it's off 2 or 3 months of footy.
Yeah, the 8-week streak, and before that, the question mark was on his. Because I did have a really good chat with my godson about him on Sunday, and without giving too much away, I have to admit what I picked up on was that there was not a giving up, but there was I'm not going to make it bit of a resilience attitude there at the beginning when he first got dropped from the Stingrays. So that's what worries me a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I spoke to his coach of his club, not Eastern Rangers, but Roeville, and he said that he worked like unbelievably hard to get back, and like it wasn't just a growth spurt. He isn't just tall, but he put so much time into the gym. Like he was I think like a chubby little in and under midfielder before the growth spurt, 17 centimeter growth spurt in 2 years. And he put so much time and effort in to improve the areas of the game that he needed to improve on, like his fitness as well. I don't have any worries about that side of his game, the attitude. It's more the like the exposure and how little footy he's actually played at a high level. Oh yeah,
let's listen to the interview.
0. What about in the second half of the year?
All 18.
Unbelievable turnaround, isn't it? Tell us how big that journey's been. Like, you've been knocked back a number of times, but you didn't give up. And now you're here on draft night, and you're going to pull on a jersey next year for Essendon.
Yeah, it's obviously pretty remarkable. Like, I would never thought at the start of the year I'd be here on draft night with my family and friends. So, yeah, it's an awesome journey. Very proud.
Spoke to your mum earlier. She didn't give you too much away with your diet, but 17 centimetres in 2 years, and you've got plenty more to go. What's the secret?
Just a bit of a late bloomer. Yeah, runs in the family a bit. It took a while for me to start kicking. So, yeah, it all just happened at once.
And when you get knocked back and you need to work on, your physical side and everything like that, that just decides to put a whole gym together that you spend 6 days a week in. And looks like he spends 7 days a week in it as well.
Yeah, he loves his gym. I take a leaf out of his book. He's obviously a big fella, and he gives us a rundown every now and then to make sure we know who's pushing the most weight. So, he's good, yeah.
And Eastern Rangers, like, we can talk about getting drafted, but sharing a special moment with your teammates, you win the flag, you kick 4 goals. Great reward towards the end of the year.
Yeah, for sure. It was pretty. I'm very grateful for all the team at Eastern to bring me on mid-year, and then to have that success at the back end of the year. I'm very, very grateful for the opportunity, and to get the win at the end of the year was really good.
Sports college, Darren Buick, great Essendon player. I spoke to the kids all tonight. I love hearing that these guys can mentor you and teach you. But that must have been enormous for your development.
Yeah, I've obviously had a lot of people going back for me, especially in the early start of the year, to help me get my opportunity. So I'm very grateful for all those people, especially Rebel.
I'd stay at home if I were you. Mum just seems like she's a pretty good cook, the size of you. You don't move out too quick.
Yeah, no, I'll stay at home as long as I can. Keep eating, Mum.
Right, enjoy it.
Easy, thank you.
Congratulations.
Okay, this makes me happy, Plugger. This makes me very, very happy. What else are they saying? Tell us.
Oh my goodness. No, don't get me started. The amount of Richmond fans coming into my comments, like thinking that I'm, oh my goodness, they've been annoying me in the last few days. No, Richmond fans love you, but yeah, just, all of them coming in and bragging about Roby and Taylor and taking here we go.
All right, here we go.
Essendon select Jacob Farrow.
Well, there you go. Far out.
What the actual flippity fuck just happened? What? How? Why? Felix, explain it, please. Help me understand.
I don't know, Fiona.
I mean, this is no disrespect to Jacob. He's one I've got down here ready to go prepared. I love him, but I'm shocked. Explain it.
No, that's an odd one. We have been putting a lot of time into Farrow. He's a very good kicker of the footy. I mean, we got to wait to see what's available with our next pick, because, if both Sharp and Taylor are gone, I'd be confused why we took Farrow ahead of them. I do really like Farrow, don't get me wrong. I think it's more confusing than anything.
Do they think Melbourne take him?
I think so. I think because Melbourne were linked to Farrow and Nan, but now would Melbourne take Taylor and Nan, leaving us Sharp, or would they take Sharp and Nan, leaving us Taylor? I don't know.
This is a bizarre pick for me at this one. Like he to me, I had at the pick 9 because I didn't see Melbourne taking him.
Yeah,
Okay, I'm hooked. I'm officially hooked. It doesn't take much.
With just one smile.
I know. It's all
No, look,
heart for me.
don't get me
Go.
wrong. Like I think Farrow is a great prospect, and we've been talking
Yeah.
about like I think at the start of the year when you're looking at what we need, it's like class out of the back half is a big thing that we need, and Farrow is a lovely kick of the footy. I think it's him and Josh Lindsay who are the best kicks.
Yeah.
I was expecting us to go a different route and take someone else, someone probably more suited to the midfield now. Farrow can probably play midfield, but I'd say like to start his career, he's going to be a back half distributor of the footy, which we kind of got in Zach Johnson and Archie Roberts anyway. So yeah, this is a wacky draft. Like Dyson Sharp and Xavier Taylor available after pick 10 is crazy.
Cal Toomey, tell me your Oracle didn't pick this. He didn't have this on his list, definitely. I think Essendon have sold him a couple of porcupines.
I think every club has. I think Richmond, we thought Richmond put out everyone has.
All right, let's listen to his interview, everyone.
A long journey. Born in the UK, you moved out
Born in the UK
in 2009, and at the start of this year, you weren't selected in the squad for Western Australia, and you turned out to be an All-Australian in the end. What was all the hard work in the middle that got you there?
Yeah, I suppose it was just a bit of feedback that I needed from Jonesy, who's here tonight, the manager of WA Footy. So, yeah, my speed was something I really needed to work on, and got a sprint program over the off-season, went into a sprint coach, and that just allowed me to play with a lot more confidence and take the game on a bit more, so I was able to put some good footy together.
Every kid follows a team. Who do you follow?
No one. Yeah, so I've got a jersey for each of the 18 clubs, so yeah, just a bit of a footy head.
So you love your jerseys. How much have you shelled out to buy all those jerseys, you reckon?
Oh, you'll have to ask Mum and Dad. Dad's good at going to gym kit and just finding a good bargain and bringing it home for me, so yeah.
Oh my God, his parents look wrapped.
So when you play senior footy, you just swap with your, the bloke you're playing on at the end of the game and you get freebies.
Yes, Webby. Born in the UK, that's right.
What about the journey, though?
One for you.
Footy is not easy, and you just mentioned Mum and Dad. How much of a part have they played in your footy?
Yeah, probably the same as everyone else in the room, just massive part with getting me to trainings and sacrificing a lot of what they do to benefit me. And, I couldn't be more grateful of them.
You don't follow a team, but you watch every game. You just love it, do you?
Yeah, exactly.
I do love that.
I'll put my feet up on the couch and watch the game that's on. So, yeah.
Oh, mate, when you finish, you'll just roll straight into Fox Footies. You're watching every game. Here's one for you. Enjoy this.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Wow, Felix. Wow.
Interesting.
I mean, surely we're not taking him, and I do already love him. Again, it doesn't take me much, but surely we don't take him if we don't get Carlton's pick 9.
No, I don't think so. I think what we're doing there is taking a player that we think Melbourne would take. Like what I was saying before, taking the players that we think Melbourne would take if available and hoping that whoever we want next slides through their picks, whether that's Sharp or Taylor. I mean, or someone else. Like realistically, we don't know. This proves that we don't know. But I think it might mean that, our boy Lockie Doveston's probably, I don't know.
Yeah, now Doveston's in question. Because Doveston was in my head number 9 pick. But now I'm not going to bed unless we get Sharp. And maybe I'm never going to bed then. Because, that's just taking the wind out of me. Oh, there we go. Taylor, is it?
All right. Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'm okay with that.
The next pick could be Cameron Nan, but Nan and Taylor are pretty similar, so it might be Dyson Sharp too, to be honest. Like,
no.
Who knows?
Don't you do it to me, Melbourne. Don't you do it to me.
But yeah, also just on that, so if you think about who's available with, picks 9 and 10, what was it? Roby, Sharp, Taylor. The combo could be what you wanted, Roby and Sharp. And what we might have wanted with the next pick, 13, could have been Jacob Farrow, because I was tossing up in my mock draft Farrow, Schubert, and Doveston, and I went Doveston in the end. And maybe it's just hoping that Sharp slides through, which is like a interesting game to be playing if true. But Cameron Nan is who I expect to be taken here.
I mean, it's almost like I can feel Rosa, the chess pieces just in his head going woof, 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 woof. And I guess that's what we want in a list manager, get creative, looking ahead. RMH, I'm watching this on KO, the Fox Footy stream. But if you're I can't get it on the screen because copyright, but I mean, I'll put it on loud for all of Essendon's picks, but I won't annoy everybody for the rest of them. This is just, it becomes very interesting. It's a good. Does them losing Petrarca make them more inclined to take Sharp?
Yeah, good question actually. Maybe, but they do really like Cameron Nairn. He was invited to night one of the draft for a reason. Maybe we like Cameron Nairn. Like he's a goofy player for me to be up that high.
Yeah, me too.
There's been a few of those this year.
There is not one person who had just TL. So, there would be not one person who had Roby and Farrow for those picks.
No, yeah, 100. No, yeah, you would have to be working at one of the clubs. Even if you work at the Bombers, you wouldn't have predicted that. Like that's a strange outcome.
Yes, that's true, Atush. For anybody wanting to watch it that doesn't have access to KO, like Atush says, and what Felix is doing, just streaming on the AFL website. Luke, you think we will take Dovison, Sharp, or Pickett? Pickett's an interesting one. Have we spoken about Pickett?
No, we haven't, but we are into him apparently to an extent.
Okay. Talk to us about him. What does he bring?
That would really throw me if we then take Pickett at 13.
I mean, this is fascinating.
Yeah, it is actually. This is a crazy draft. Because Pickett.
Isaac.
Pickett's a mature aged. He's only 19 or 20. Small forward. Probably. What does he have that Dovison doesn't? He has a bit more X factor and upside in his, the fact that he's taken a bit longer to get to that stage and has really started to bolt a bit now, and he's got some more, vertical. But he's so clean on ground level as well. Like you watch him pick up the ball and collect it, and it is just really cool. You know how some players just have those soft hands that allow you to grab the ball a bit easier. That's Pickett for me. I personally prefer Dovison. But I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah. All right. Well, Melbourne have a minute and a half left on the clock. Man, I feel like their window has gone on forever, because I feel a bit sick in the stomach that they're going to take Sharp from me, and it's going to upset me. But I'll have to get over it, won't I? So hang on, none of the kids. Oh no, Sully came to us and he's an Essendon supporter, but Zave Taylor, Bomber supporter, obviously has gone to not Richmond, not Essendon, but Melbourne. I think he'll be good at Melbourne, though. I think there's a hole there for him.
I think Xavier Taylor is going to be a great player, to be honest. I would have been happy if we took him at pick 10 with Sullivan Roby. I think he is pick 11 for him just feels wrong for me. He's like a top 5 or 6 player in my eyes, just for upside alone.
You had big raps on him. I remember you telling me, geez, a few weeks ago, if Taylor, CDT, Dursma, and who was the third one that you said? Or fourth
Roby.
one? I think you gave me 4. And Roby are there at your pick. You take them.
Yeah, those are the 4 horsemen of the draft apocalypse for me.
The horsemen, okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just think for needs wise, he's going to be a gun, no doubt, but I think he plays pretty quick, much sooner for Melbourne than he would for Essendon. All right, the D's pick is officially in.
Oh,
yes.
Who's this going to be?
Here we go, indeed.
Cameron Nairn would be great.
Please don't pick Sharp. So if they don't pick Sharp, so if they do pick Sharp, then maybe we take Dovison, right?
Yeah, someone like that, I'd think.
Oh, there you go. They've taken Nairn.
No, they took Pickett.
Oh, what did I see? Oh, they took Pickett. All right. Well, there you go. Somebody did say that. What is this draft doing?
So I guess, what do we do? Do we take another midfielder, though? Like, we've taken Roby, who's a midfielder. Farrow can play midfield in the future. Do we take Dyson Sharp and just load up on the midfield? Is that...
Yes. My gut said yes.
Yes.
Dovison, oh God, I was getting attached to Dovison too, because
I really like Dovison.
Just because of his attitude. So then if we take Sharp, who's gonna take Dovison now?
Oh, GWS.
Right? Yes. All right, fill this in, Fiona. Shut up and fill this in. Yeah, who's going to take Dovison if we don't, Felix?
I think GWS if we don't. But the question is, if we don't take Sharp, who's going to take Sharp? Because who below us? I mean, Hawthorn don't really need him. They've got so many players like that. North Melbourne can't draft another midfielder. Could he slide to West Coast? I don't know.
Oh my God, that would be bonkers. Everyone's going bonkers in the chat. That would be truly bonkers to me.
Oh, that would be an amazing draft haul because the West Coast fans wanted West Coast to take Sharp at pick 2. Like there was a genuine split between CDT and Sharp for pick 2. So if they were able for him to slide down to their next pick, in a few selections as well, that would be crazy. That would be an all-time draft.
Oh, so this I can't be having this, Felix. I actually can't be having this at all, ever, in any scenario, in any case. So if we don't take him, God help me, please.
I mean,
somebody.
They don't need, they've got they probably would pass on him too. They've got so many players like that. They've got Newcomb, they've got a Warple left, I guess. They've got all these big-bodied midfielders who just, they need a bit more class on the outside. I think they would have liked Jacob Farrow. I think they would have taken Jacob Farrow, if anyone.
So we just done something very funny for spite there.
A little bit. I got a message from my Hawthorn mate just then saying I wanted Farrow. So there you go.
Yeah, isn't that why do I have this horrible feeling that in 5 years' time somebody's going to clip up my attachment and love of Sharp and come back at me and when he gets delisted, make fun of me about this. This is the problem about doing stuff on the internet. Can't we all just say what our opinions are, harming nobody, without having to worry that somebody's going to take a clip of a wrong opinion and post it on social media explaining why and how dumb we are for being wrong? That whole concept of cancelling out somebody's opinion by playing their clip and calling it, creating or art is so wrong to me.
Yeah, I get you. I get you.
It's bullying. I really dislike it unless someone's being, abusive or racist or misogynistic. You can call them out, but not if it's just the wrong opinion. Anyway, I digress. Back to all right. Our pick is in. Oh God, who we take?
Who knows what we're gonna do here?
Geez, we might. Who could we take? We could take some rando. What if we took Josh Lindsay, my guy?
Wouldn't mind at all. We've got Farrow. Probably don't need him, but wouldn't mind it. I think anyone other than Dovison or Sharp really surprised me.
Harley Barker.
Oh, yes. Lock it in. Lock it in, Matt Rosa. Harley Barker, please. I'd actually be really happy with that, by the way.
Would you?
I would, yeah. I think I really like Harley Barker.
Yeah, I know you do. Yeah,
we're not going to do it.
Only cancel culture when it's only somebody's very genuine, just having an opinion in life on football, sport. Cut that out. All right, here we go.
Hey, Essendon select Dyson Sharp.
Yeah.
So I think that is us getting Farrow in before Melbourne could.
Okay. That would make sense then if we had some insight that they were going to take him. Welcome to the Bombers. So we have 2 diehard supporters on our list. Not that matters, but there is just
it is fun.
There is just a beautiful affection to that for me. It matters nothing. It means nothing. But the fact that they were both desperate to play in the red and black sash, in the red and black means, a lot.
Yeah.
And look, he's going to get his jumper from Dyson Hepburn.
Oh, yeah, this is good.
Oh. So cute. So cute. So wholesome. Bless you, child. All right, Dyson Sharp, welcome to the family. All right, okay, moment of sadness, everybody, for Lockie Dovison.
Yeah, rest in peace. The Lockie Dovison dream.
Yes, to the dream. Not to the guy. He'll probably kick 16 against us, right, Bomber fans?
Yeah.
That's got that written all over it, doesn't it?
I mean, Hawthorn could take him now. Annoy us a little bit more.
Yeah. I think it's a great haul too, Darren. I really do. Absolutely, Mr. M. Well done, Rosa. Well done.
This is really good. Like, I think, what I had, what was it? Taylor, Sharp, Doveston. We've kind of just like gone up the order a bit, getting, Roby, Sharp, and Farrow, which is a bit out of left field, but he was someone I was thinking about with that pick anyway, and it makes a lot of sense.
Speechless, really.
What a year you've had, though. So, South Australian captain, undefeated in the championships, Lark medal for best throughout the carnival. It's been pretty huge.
Yeah, no, it's been a great year. Been really fortunate to have a great support network behind me. Great, coaching staff. To, I guess, stay healthy all year as well has been really fortunate. Just playing consistent football was the main goal, and glad that my name's finally been called out.
When you're playing senior footy in the SANFL, it just prepares you for AFL because you're playing against men and the speed's fast. How did you find that level?
Yeah, had to adapt my game a little bit. Bigger bodies, faster paced football, as you said. Paul Thomas, the head coach, was amazing for me. And, adapting my game in that half forward role. Got some more midfield minutes towards the end of the year. So, it's been really, really great and, really fortunate for that opportunity.
You mentioned midfield. You monitor your game a little bit on Paddy Cripps, seeing a little bit of that vision?
Yeah, Paddy Cripps is another one of my idols growing up. Loved, watching him play and wanted to model my game around him as much as I could. So, hopefully you can line up against him, sometime soon.
Well, it's a dream to get drafted, but it's also a double whammy in a way, isn't it? You go to Essendon as well, so you're getting it all on one night. Well done.
No, thank you. Yeah, it's heaps good.
Heaps good.
Heaps good.
Heaps good. It is heaps good. Dyson, sorry to cut you off, Felix. I just
No, I appreciate it. I wouldn't have heard otherwise.
Would this have been the case if Farrow is a better kick than Taylor? Then it makes sense.
He's definitely a better kick than Taylor. I think the one downside with Taylor is probably his ball use a little bit. He isn't like a great kick of the footy, but I think as a general draft prospect, it depends what you like. I mean, you can argue either of them. I think the upside with Taylor is much higher personally, but I think the draft tool we've got is better than what I had, where Taylor was the centerpiece of it. This one, Sullivan Roby being the centerpiece, getting a good ball user, and then getting that bankable player in Dyson Sharp is that's good. It's good. It's good.
Yeah, you got your Mr. Consistency, bankable, honest culture. We've got an enigma. We've got a bombshell enigma guy, and then we've got someone who you can really rely on in Jacob Farrow. Jacob, you nailed this. The real Heppel vibes. Absolutely. Bomber Boy always coming in with the controversials. Would have preferred Doveston. Okay, interesting. Very interesting. So, all right, what does this mean for us?
Now we just got to wait.
For our one.
Yeah. So it's currently picked 37.
Okay.
So we'll need a bid in the 30s, ideally. Anywhere before that, and I'm not sure if we match a bid.
So we need. Sorry, say that again. We need him to not be bid on before 30.
Yeah, pretty much.
Andy's asking you. Yeah, I just feel like he's going to kick 12 against us. That's all. And I would just prefer it not in a gold and brown jumper. Thank you very much.
Yeah, and this is the thing. Like when you're arguing different positions, regret not taking Doveston or Taylor. It really just depends on what the club thinks we need at the time. Because you could argue we need midfielders, defenders, forwards. It's just a positional preference, and I guess we're going pretty midfield heavy in this year's draft. Yeah,
and it's a glaring hole. It's a gap. So we need to really, for once, hone in on our deficiencies and not worry about the kid with the best kicks or the kid with the great, the attitudes. What do we need? What are our biggest deficiencies? Which kids are going to help us fill those?
Yep.
I think we've nailed it so far. You're very welcome, Lorraine. Hope you're well.
It's also
question.
Oh, yep, go. No, you
go.
I was going to say it's culture as well. Bringing in a good blend of different people from different places, all different states. But all good leaders in some way. Farrow, I think, led his Colts team, I believe. Sharp's leadership is, obviously unquestioned. And I think the Giants putting a bid on here is on Harry Kyle from Sydney, I reckon.
Oh. Wait, what happened to Hawthorn? Weren't they next?
What happened to Hawthorn? Good question. Wait, what did happen to Hawthorn? They traded with GWS. So
why?
Because I'm guessing they wanted Jacob Farrow and we took him. So they've moved down the order. They've probably got something decent a bit later as well.
Oh, I see. Oh, this is just another tick. Do we just get another tick for the Hawthorn Essendon rivalry? Wow. All right. So is that bid officially in? Is Harry Kyle with the 2 first names pick 14?
He is, the 2 first names, and that moves our pick down a little bit more at 36. So that's good.
Okay. All right. So my question for you was, out of the 3 that are Essendon bound and part of the Essendon family now, which of them plays first seniors footy?
Dyson Sharp, I think. Yeah, I think Dyson Sharp's the most ready-made. It really depends on what each position has with injuries and everything. I think in order of who I think it would be Dyson Sharp, Jacob Farrow, Sullivan Roby.
Wow.
I think Sullivan Roby of the 3 has the highest upside, but I mean the guy's he hasn't had a professional preseason.
True.
And that's so exciting to me. Like the fact that he was dominating games the way he was, having been, in that team, in that system for like weeks, that's really exciting. Because think about how much better he could be if you really harness it and put him in a system, an AFL gym, AFL facilities. Yep. Obviously, the hanger's cursed, so he'll probably do his ACL. But before that, it'd be looking good at training.
Did you just say that?
I had my fingers crossed. Don't worry, I had my fingers crossed.
Okay, great. Right. No, it is split over 2 nights, Jay. So we have the first round tonight. So probably a max 30 players will be taken tonight. Who they're taking?
Sorry.
Can't see. The kid is buried.
Oscar Taylor. I like it.
Oscar Taylor. So obviously not there tonight.
No.
Interesting who they foresee that is going to who they foresee is going to be taken in the first round and who they actually invite.
Yeah, I guess they get their information from, I don't know, because you've got, guys like, or who have we got? 2 here that haven't been invited, and Kyle and Taylor, and Pickett. But then you've also got, Cameron Nairn, who's been invited, is there, hasn't been picked, and Lockie Doverston. So they do get it wrong quite often. Just invite them all, really. Why not?
I know. Could they not find like a big enough venue? What's the big deal?
Yeah, surely. What annoys me about the AFL is that they just don't put much time or money or into the draft. Like the coverage throughout the year for championships for the carnival was horrific. It was probably the worst it's been in a long time.
That's disappointing.
Yeah, it is.
So Jacob asks, who do we take if we can't match Slade?
What pick do we have? Would we take someone like him? Yeah, it is a good question. It's a night 2 question. It depends what's available, but there'd probably be some sliders. Like, given some of these players going early, there's going to be some players in the 30s. I think Cal on his mock draft up to 30 didn't have players like Hibbins Hargraves taken, or Philippou, or no, he had Barker taken, I think, unfortunately.
Greaves was Greaves the one that didn't make it. That Greaves to me.
Yeah.
I reckon that's who Hawthorn have. They know that Greaves is going to be there. I reckon they've dropped down and are okay to drop down.
No, I think you're spot on. Yeah, because he was just out of their academy.
Yeah, that's why. And I reckon he was keen to get there too, just quietly.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'd think Moby, wouldn't you? Setters is now Gonski. Yeah, that probably most definitely. Most definitely. Yeah, closes the door on him. Yeah. Yeah, I think so, Darren. Yep. Oh, what do you think? What's your gut say, Felix? Been lots of bids so far.
What's that, sorry?
this question here. Do you think Swade will be bid on today?
I mean, I don't know. I think if he is, it's because a club wants him, not because they want to make us pay. So I think Fremantle is probably the only one I'm looking. But then again, like I wouldn't have thought, all these guys this early on would be taken when they are. So you never know. A club early might like Swade and act early, but yeah, it just depends on if a club actually wants him, because I don't think anyone's going to, bid to make us pay. I'm looking at Fremantle though. They're going to have pick 24 or 25 to bid, and it might be Adam Swade.
Yeah. I think is there not going to be anyone else left of the same ilk for them to take?
Yeah, there might be a few. They do probably want small forwards. You've got Leon Kickett around as well, but after that, like Pickett going this early is probably not ideal for them either. Oh, I guess Latrell Pickett, I haven't even clocked that he's the cousin of Cozzy, so Melbourne have got both of them now on the forward line, which is fun.
Oh, of course he is.
Yeah.
Oh, that's juicy. That gets the mouth a little bit wet, doesn't it?
That
Definitely.
is fun.
Oh, okay, Dave, that's interesting. They said Pickett snuck in and wasn't officially invited. I mean, I rate that. Good on you. I like that.
Oh, wait,
well
yeah,
done.
was he there, was he?
Yeah, he was in the room, but he was standing, but maybe,
Oh,
who knows?
maybe he had an inkling. He just, rocked up.
Sunstripe is worried about the speed that we have, that we're not taking Doveston and possibly Swade and Hussain.
Yeah, probably a fair worry at the moment for this draft. But again, in any draft, you're going to be leaving something behind. But we do have to address that soon, I'd say. You could say we did last year with Kako and Angus Clark as well. But you probably want a bit more speed in the team.
Yeah.
Who's this going to be?
Who's the Kangas taken? Isn't it crazy to you? Is it crazy to anybody else that the first pick the Kangaroos have is pick 16?
Yeah,
they finished so low on the ladder.
That doesn't feel right. When's the last time that happened?
Oh, yeah, that's true. They have taken a host, and it hasn't really helped them that much, has it? But
someone at the draft might be Doveston, Eastern Rangers boys.
Yeah, I saw the Lucky Doveston. Damn you! Yep. There he goes. All right.
And you know what?
Well, he didn't. What was that, Felix?
Good pick. I think that's a good pick for the Kangas. They've been taking midfielders every single year. They can have a break from that now.
They need defender. Poor old Toby Pink can't do it all on his own. They need a defender.
Yeah, you're not wrong. I do know that they're
Toby some help.
They have a pick soon, and they might be looking at Blake Threadgold for that. I'm sure they would be.
Okay.
But if they don't get him, then there's no one else in this draft really as a key defender that they'd be taking that early, I don't think.
Yeah, you just got to take him. You got to take a defender. I think it's non-negotiable that they take a defender. Maybe they just think he's gonna fall, and they didn't have to take him this early.
Mm.
Do you know who Doveston supported growing up?
Was it Hawthorn? I'm not 100% sure. He played for Hawthorn's VFL, and I think he does model his game off the Wiz, so maybe. But I'm not 100% sure. I wouldn't be surprised if it was Hawthorn. I'll find out.
There's all the fairy tales have had a big fat flop tonight. Apart
from the Bombers,
our Bomber boys getting to their preferred club, but Lockie Doveston and Taylor don't get to play together. No. Taylor doesn't get to Richmond, but I guess we get our Bomber boys, our Bomber supporting guys. Oh my God, yeah! Imagine. Hey Shane, I have a bone to pick with you. Did you say that you left here to go elsewhere to another channel? Don't know about that. No, I'm just kidding. This is something they would do. I don't know how it works with chess, but we got up on them 2 times, and then they're just going to do a checkmate. Is that how chess works? I don't know.
Oh yeah, at this range, just let him have him. To be honest, it's very early. Who would they take actually? Who's around?
Thomas instead to football's grew like prey for the young fella. Oh. Yes, you're right, Shano. Always acceptable. Always, always. Oh. That's okay, Jesse. What happened to pick 5 and 6? Well, 5 and 6 became, what did they become? 9 and 10, purely because of the bids for the academy kids who came above them. So we just got shuffled down a bit more, but doesn't mean we got the 9th, 10th best kid in the draft technically, because we already knew those academy kids were going to those destinations. So in their ratings, when clubs do their ratings, those academy kids wouldn't have been on the board anyway. So well, they would have been on one board, but the second board wouldn't have. So yes, James, yeah. But now I do really feel like they're probably just going to bid on Swade and force us not to take him.
Well, now you've got me worried. All right.
About
Swade going now, because aside from that, it's only really Fremantle, but
okay,
yeah.
So it's only realistically Freo that would take.
I think so. Like, I'm looking at North have already taken a small forward. They wouldn't take another one.
Yeah, surely not.
Yeah.
Can imagine. Although it would only be out of spite, surely. Then they don't need him, do they?
Hawthorn have just traded their pick away.
Yeah, they just know that Greaves, they want Greaves. He wants to go to them, and they just know that he's going to slide.
I cannot keep up with what they're doing, to be honest. They're trading left, right, and centre.
So can we go back on what they did? They traded up originally, didn't they?
Well, so they
and then traded twice down.
So yeah, they've had so many first round picks. So pick 9 was their original pick, but it wasn't theirs. It was linked to Carlton from last year's trade period. Then they traded pick 9 for pick 10 to try and, improve the merit deal. Then they traded pick 10 back a few spots tonight. Then they traded it back a few more spots tonight. And then they've just traded away again. So
are they frazzled, or is there something cooking here?
Oh, they're probably cooking a little bit, but I think they also just know that there's not anything they want on the board. I think they did I look at Jacob Farrow, obviously, but after that, like maybe an Oscar Taylor type, that ball mover. Like if I'm picking who they take now on the open board, I don't know who it would be. Like it's hard to know who they'd pick, and maybe that's why. Maybe they know that the players that they want could be taken later, so they just get some points for next year's draft. May as well.
Oh yeah, that'll really break my heart. Even though I know we can't get him because he's not going to slide back from that.
Yeah, it might be Lindsay. Actually, I forgot about him.
Yeah.
He's quickly turned into like a forgotten player in this year's draft. Like, I've still got him up really high in my personal views. Like I think he's great, but he is just sliding down.
I mean, he was one I had. He's one, I still have in top 10, at least top 12, and at a minimum top 12 contention for me. I think, and you know what? If people are going to cut my bad opinions, you cut this opinion. He is going to be a star, and we are going to be looking at him and calling him and comparing him to some of the great backs. I'm adamant on that. Yeah, I agree. Okay, so you think they have no idea what they're doing. Some people think they're cooking something up. I personally think that they just know Greaves is going to fall, and they just don't want to waste. They're just not going to waste a high pick. All right, who has this pick now?
West Coast have just bidded on a Gold Coast. Is that Jai Murray? Yes, that's good.
Jai Murray, yeah.
Thank you. West Coast are so generous. We love you, West Coast.
How many have they bid on? They've bid on like every player. They've bid on 4. This is their 4th bid.
And I love it because they traded up. This is Hawthorn's pick. They traded up to this pick to bid, and now they're going to select someone else. So
that's hilarious.
I love it. I love it. Now, hold on.
They have done God's work tonight. Geez, maybe they're not just owed one beer, everybody. Maybe like a slab or a
slab. Yes. Now, I'm just gonna think. So pick 35.
Yeah.
Is where our selection is now, which is
okay.
Oh, now do you do maths? I hate maths. I'm so bad at maths.
There's a calculator on there. Do your maths.
All right. 4, 5.
Yeah, me too, Andy. I've got a little spread. We'll talk a bit about him after this is over. I've got a little sheet up here so we learn a bit more about him, because in fairness, the spotlight has really been on the obvious, top 10 that we see there, and Cumming and Taylor, obviously Dyson and Dyson Sharp and Sully Roby. So Jacob Farrow kind of was one of the lesser names to be discussed for us anyway. Probably not for most, but yeah, this is nuts. And I love that. I so love that this is nuts and there's been some twists and turns, because it's kind of boring. I love that. I love Cal Toomey. We all do. And we love that he gets insider information and all that. But it kind of, on draft night, it's like, Cal Toomey already told us that. So I do love the bit of drama that hasn't gone to plan,
You are spot on. I will say, though, I think he's nailed this. So he predicted, and this is crazy, by the way, he predicted that West Coast would bid on Jai Murray, Gold Coast player, and then select right after that Bo Adensall from Gold Coast Academy as well. Not bid on, but select. Like Gold Coast would let them have him because it would cost too many points. So that's obviously something that... Sorry?
Is that what's happened? Is that what's happening now?
Yeah, well, there's another bid. I assume so. And it was this range of the draft where he said it would happen. So, and that means that West Coast would have bidded on the player that they don't want as much first to make Gold Coast play, and then taken the player that they want. Which
so
is
smart.
Very cheeky.
Okay, so has pick 17 already been? Oh, Fiona, so who went 17, sorry?
Jai Murray from Gold Coast, GAI.
And how are we spelling? Is it JAI? Yeah.
Yeah, JAI, sorry. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, okay, that's so smart. West Coast doing some shrewd God's work tonight, aren't they?
Yeah, I do like West Coast in this draft. This is fun.
And they've got some really, really, I mean, obviously they had the first 2 picks of the draft, but they've got some quality through their doors. Absolute quality.
And, they might be a team that likes Josh Lindsay too. That's who I had taking him in my mock draft. I think Cal had the Bulldogs. But I had West Coast, and they might be a team who likes him. I don't actually know. Cal had Bo Adensall. So if Gold Coast don't match this, then they get Bo Adensall. That's if this is Bo Adensall.
Who else could it be?
Yeah, I mean, they're filming the Gold Coast room.
Oh, they just sighed. They just sighed. They know. Is it? And why won't they match it? They just don't have enough or don't want to?
Yeah, they go into deficit now if they match.
Okay. And just to clarify for everybody, they go into deficit for next year, right? If they did it.
Yeah, so whatever, every point has a value, and let's say that this point bid costs 500 points, and Gold Coast have 250 points left to match. It means that their first pick next year would decrease in value by 250 points. So it would go down 250 points worth of value in the order. So it might go from, for example, like pick 2 to pick 4 or something like that. It would go down a little bit in the order. And next year is important for Gold Coast because guess what? They've got another academy player that they want to match bids on in Archie Hill.
What position does he play?
He's a rebound defender, so they probably don't need him as much because they've already got like 2 or 3 in this draft already. But I like him a lot. Exactly. I think he's good.
Man. Yeah, I have to admit, I am really liking West Coast's work tonight. Come on, let's get this big bit pick in.
Okay, so I think if my maths is correct, which it probably isn't, that the earliest we can match a bid without going into deficit would be pick 31.
Ooh. Let's have where are we? Pick 31. And that would be happening tomorrow night, right? If that happens?
Yeah, unless there's like an incredible amount of bids. I think this will end at like 27 or 28, I think, if the way all these bids are going.
Yeah. So 31. Oh, God.
I think, don't quote me on that because like my maths is my brain is fried. My maths is bad as it is. So that might be way off. But I think so. It's around that range.
I mean, I put my house on you. Yeah. Definitely. Yeah, they don't have a round one father-son coming. That's funny. West Coast better hope they don't have a round one father-son coming when Gold Coast have some picks. Yeah, true. Gold Coast are putting them on their whiteboard for next year, aren't they?
Oh, so here we go.
All right,
They matched, or
who's this going to be? Surely they wouldn't go into deficit for next year. Surely not.
all right. There you go.
Yeah.
So is that them in deficit? I don't know if they might have done some more pick swaps that I didn't know about, but I'm fairly sure that maybe they have.
But they did a big sigh, as if that they were devastated that they're not going to get him, or was that just because they have to pay up a lot more for him?
Yeah, maybe it's them paying up a lot more.
They looked really devastated.
They did. They did look flat.
Oh,
damn! It's so we have to match all these bids. It's so hard.
Oh, must be
another player. Oh,
my heart's bleeding, Felix.
Poor Gold Coast.
Absolutely bleeding.
And Christian Petrarca. Oh gosh.
And Jamara. It's just such a hard time, right?
Gosh darn it.
Ricky, Toomey just said Adelaide offered next year's first plus their pick for 13 to get Sharp. Wow.
Oh.
So who has it offered us?
Yeah.
Wow. So offered next year's first. So they finish 8th, let's say. No, they finish higher than next year, surely.
Yeah.
They're not going to go backwards. So that's not good.
No, it's not actually, because wait, what's their first this year? Hold on.
22.
Oh,
22.
get fucking no, thank you.
Yeah.
See, that's the thing about first rounders. You hear first rounder, and it's like, ooh.
Yeah. Yeah, and the next year's first.
Yeah.
Is not going to be high either, because there's no way. Didn't they finish? Yeah, there's no way they're going back super backwards. They make the 8th. Oh. Now they make, but making the 8 has such a nice ring to it. Now I've got to say making the 10.
Yeah, it doesn't sound good, does it? Make the 8, like the little rhyme. Oh,
exactly. Making the 10, that's no good. That's no good.
Have I heard your thoughts on that? What do you think?
My initial thought was, it's going to dilute the quality, but then I said to myself, well, I'm not going to judge it until I see it. So just like the rule changes, I'm not going to judge them until I see them in action, and I'm going to see how much they piss me off, and then I'm going to say whether I like it or not. But I think I did even say on the live, if it means more football, then I'm happy, Gil, because if it means I can consume more football, then I'm okay.
No, spot on.
Yeah. And Max, Eagles thinking this is the block finale. I like that. Very good by you. Well done.
Well, they are working the phones now too, so maybe they've got something planned as well here. And this, to be fair, this is the stage of the draft where the real talent, the top end talent, does kind of fizz away a bit, and you get this, it's just this even range where teams are going to be picking who they want, and there's no real need for a few of them to trade because they know that some players could slide back an extra 10 or 15 picks. This is where it gets just chaotic, I think.
Ironcroft with Tassie next year's first will be pick 84. I mean, I feel you. Every time I hear first pick, and then it just keeps getting later and later and later. And I'm like, stop blowing the wind over my eyes. It's not a first round pick. It is, but you know what I mean.
Hawthorn offering us 3 first round picks. It's the same as that.
Yeah, that's right. Please, 3 first round picks. That's cute. That's so cute, Hawks.
Well, actually, for context, I think one of those first round picks would be, where is it? It would have gone down to pick 20.
Yeah, actually, let's do that. What would it have been, Felix?
I think it would actually still just be 23. So.
Okay, so it's not shifted down much more.
Yeah. And that's because it's really interesting how that happens, because the early picks in the draft, when bids come, will go up. Down the order. And the late picks will move back up. They kind of like go to meet each other. It's really cute.
Ah, I like that. TL, I mean, you're just continuing on. You've clearly had some dessert now. 55 is just 5 twice. So Roby is 2 James Hurds. I'm not quite sure how you did. Your maths sounds as good as Felix, but hey,
Yeah.
we like this. All right,
Who's
who's under
this?
that? Who's under that pile? Josh Lindsay.
Oh, there you go.
Good one. You got a good
There you
one,
go.
Eagles. But you've done some good work tonight, Eagles. So I'll give him to you. You've done some exceptional work for the competition. So well done. Your
That is
prize
an incredible draft haul, actually.
Wowee. Well done, West Coast. Oh, Josh Lindsay. Hope he has a good career, just not against Essendon. Really like him. Really think he's going to be something special.
Yeah, that's what happens.
Sorry, Felix, go.
No, you go. Sorry, you started.
I was just going to say, interesting that he didn't get an invite to the night.
Yeah, and I mean, Cameron Nairn still hasn't been taken, and he's there currently, and that would really suck, you know.
Who's going to take him?
Who's still on the clock? Who's the team that needs Cameron Nairn? Hawthorn, honestly. They've got 2 picks coming up. I reckon one of them could be Cameron Nairn.
Yeah, well, this could be him. Now
Yeah,
they're on the clock, so yeah.
Just look how classy this guy is, you know, like.
Yes. Oh, just when I was watching the vision and collecting the vision of him for my video, I was just like, it just felt so symmetrical to what we need and what we lack in our team, and having Josh Lindsay and Archie Roberts delivering out of halfback and out of 50, you know, not backwards, not sideways, but with the intent to go forward, and the clever little inbound and outbound kick that Josh Lindsay has the ability to do. Just that's cute.
And you get attached to these players that you really like as well. Like these for the whole year, I've been saying Josh Lindsay is around, like, for me personally, like if I'm ranking them in my whiteboard, Josh Lindsay be in that like 5 to 7 range. I've always really liked Josh Lindsay to Essendon as an option. Yeah.
Only because like he just fills a massive hole for us, and that's like glaring hole. And I love that he's like already made. He could line up in round 1, and that's the other thing I liked about him too.
Yeah.
Joe, that's funny. I'm certain that the AFL have stopped showing the points this year to hide the shitfuckery around how Gold Coast are able to match all these bids. I mean, mic drop that too. That's hilarious.
They have like, that would be really handy, because that's how I was trying to figure out my maths before.
Yeah, I'm confused now with the maths on this.
Oh, honestly, like it's just easier to not understand it.
Can somebody else do the maths so then we don't lose 5 minutes?
My brain is too fried. You know what? I'm going to give it another go.
All right, give it another go. Yeah, that's what I thought, Plugger. I thought they'll bid on him with their next pick. So they're on the clock again now. No, they might take. Who are they going to take with this? I'm just glad that West Coast took Josh Lindsay so that Hawthorn can't.
Oh, good shout. I didn't even think of that. That is, yes, you're right.
Because now they're.
Oh, that's amazing.
They're a minute and a half away, so at least Josh Lindsay. But no, I did get attached to him as well, and I'll definitely be watching him with added interest, because I really do like him as a player. I mean, I wouldn't put it past him. And how funny would it be? Like, they genuinely don't want or need him at this pick, but everyone in the competition will know that it's just by spite. And you know what? Like, if it was opposite positions, we should do the same thing. And maybe we took Jacob Farrow because we knew they wanted him, you know?
They are taking their time a bit.
Yeah.
Maybe another trade.
Yeah, they have, everyone. Yeah. You had some candy canes for dessert. Have you got yourself some candy canes in November, TL? I like that for you. Love that for you. How many people have put up their Christmas tree? Or should I say, how many people's wives, girlfriends, partners have put up their Christmas trees? Because I am conscious that it's a predominantly male chat. Nothing Christmassy from my end yet, but come December, we'll be doing some Christmas content, everyone. We're going to get in the spirit. Essendon theme, of course. Gold Coast synonymous with plastic surgery, cocaine, and unlimited points. After 30, we give pick 43 without loss. Next highest pick. Oh, here we go. Who's Hawthorn taking, everyone?
Oh, they're taking someone, actually?
They have.
There we go. Okay. To be fair,
yeah.
I think that needed to happen. You don't want to see someone invited to the draft and not taken.
Hasn't that? No, that's happened surely before.
I think it did last year with Job Shanahan. I think he was taken on night 2. This is the guy that for Essendon's VFL. He kicked like 5 goals on debut.
Yep. And then West Coast took him on night 2.
Yeah, I'm fairly sure he was invited to night 1 of the draft.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure it has happened. Yeah, definitely. They can't. I mean, in fairness to the AFL, I think that they just invite everyone, but they can't. If they're not going to invite everyone, someone is going to miss out. Now, I think I'm going to have to. All these long names are going to have to move over.
Okay, so my maths. I think it's
all right,
32. 32 is what we're looking at.
All right, so we've gone from 31. Initial math is 31, and now final math 32. And explain to everybody what that is.
So if a pick comes before pick, if a bid on Adam Swade comes before pick 32, the Bombers will have to match it by either trading to get picks in the back or going in deficit for next year. So ideally, a bid comes after pick 32 for Adam Swade, which means. Like ideal world, we don't hear his name mentioned at all tonight by Mr. Andrew Dillon.
Yeah, because if we do, what's going to happen? We're not matching.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think like the later it goes on, you can if it's like 25 plus, you can maybe try and trade a future 4th or something to get a later pick back this year to match a bid. But yeah, I don't know.
Is he not worth like a future, like doing anything with our futures? I mean, obviously not a future.
I think like a future 4th, because we traded our future 3rd away to Gold Coast, which would have been handy. But like if a club wants a future 4th, I don't know why they would want a future 4th, but if they did, that would be nice if we could get, what would we even get back? Like pick 48 would be enough. At that stage, I think, to give us something, from Adelaide or pick 47 from Fremantle, something like that.
Well, couldn't that pick be used for points from somebody?
Yep. If we traded a future pick to a team that gave us a pick in the 40s or even early 50s, that could be really handy. And honestly, we could do that. Like it'll get to a stage like right now, it wouldn't make a difference if a bid came now. We'd need something a bit more substantial. But if it starts going later into the 20s, then that's something we could look at doing. Yeah,
I agree. I think that they're thinking that, I don't know, all along I've just thought in my head there's no way we don't take Swade and Alechka just this whole time. So I don't know. I think they'd be doing something cooking something. They were just too. I don't know, they were going too hard on the consensus that, the boys understand that if the bid comes and we can't take them. I think they were just going too hard with that correspondence that I just saw a bit through that.
Yeah, I think everyone did. I think everyone knows that they're just trying to make sure teams don't bid.
Yeah, agree. Yeah. Hey, the Big South, no problem. Better late than never. Missed most of the stream, so apologies if this was raised, but having listened to both Taylor and Dovison speak, I really liked the character we chose instead. Thoughts? Great question. So he or she has heard the Taylor and Dovison interviews along the way.
Yes. Yeah, that's a good shout. I think Taylor and Doveston are good characters for different reasons. I think Taylor's an excellent leader as well. Everyone who's seen him play live talks about how commanding he is in the back line, like, giving instructions to his teammates and everything. And Doveston's just a little shit, and you kind of need those little, like, those small forwards like that. I think that'd be great to have. But yeah, I think, Dyson Sharp is like a captain in waiting. Jacob Farrow is the same vibe, just a really professional person as well. So I think we've chosen like strong characters in a different way to what we could have had.
Yeah, agreed. And look, I will say that a lot of I'm seeing, not here tonight in the chat, but in general, Essendon supporters saying, Felix, that the guys that we probably have drafted are too nice, outside of probably Sullivan Roby, who's got a bit more mongrel in him, but too nice, whereas Doveston and Xavier Taylor are really rough around the edges. And I know that scares people. The nicer the boy, the more the Essendon roll over, synonymous. Those two things are kind of, mutually exclusive in the past. So I know that that's probably a worry of some people.
Yeah, I think I wouldn't say Dyson Sharp. I think he's a nice person off field, but you watch him play and he's a brute.
I agree. Yeah.
And I like that as a combo.
Yeah, agree. Depressed Essendon fan, you only found us now. Where have you been? But better late than never. Welcome to the party. By the way, guys, there's been over 400 of you here tonight. Please, if you haven't hit the subscribe button and like button, please do that. And also, of course, head over if you have. I mean, I'm sure you already have subscribed and liked Felix's channel, but if you haven't done that, also go do that. I know. It's 30-25. Oh, so who's this bid? When are the bids done? How many bids have we got left to go?
I'm going to assume this is Lockie Carmichael because they kind of want some like power out of the back half of the Bulldogs.
Okay.
But I could be very wrong. It could be.
Is it going to be matched?
That would be matched, I think. I think. Who else could it be? I'm just going to assume it's Lockie Carmichael.
We're officially into the back end of this draft, definitely. Absolutely. Shano wants to know, how good is Blake Justice going to be compared to Swade?
It's hard to say. Blake Justice he's come on really well this year, but he's still got a long way to go, and he's a position and style of player that'll take a bit longer. So I really like a lot of what he does. I don't think he's a first round prospect yet. Like, he might be. Obviously, like this time last year, we didn't even know who Adam Swade was. I only really heard about him at the start of the year because someone at the Calder Cannons told me to keep an eye on him because until that stage he'd had his ACL. Blake Justice, I'd still like him. Like, he'd be a good, second, third round draft option. But it really depends on the rule changes and how strict they are. But I do like Blake Justice.
Yeah, me too. Who's doing that? Are we judging and bagging 18-year-old kids? I don't think I did that. I've never done that. No. Don't know who you're talking to. Ricky, Taylor would have provided great mongrel, but Farrow is a much, much better kick, so I understand why we did it. Love it. Although, Felix, didn't you say that his kicking was not the best? Or is it, in this context, it's just he's a better kick than Taylor?
No, I would have said Taylor's kicking isn't the best, which, like, okay. I personally, I think he can improve on that. I think he's got great upside in other areas of his game, but his kicking's probably the one area that I look at a little bit. Jacob Farrow's kicking is lovely. He's, like, after Josh Lindsay, he probably is the best kick in the draft, I'd think.
Oh, yes, even, you can say that.
I think Pommy has said a few times that he thinks he is the best kick in the draft, so I guess that's up for debate a little bit. But it's different types of kicking, I guess. But Jacob Farrow's a lovely user.
So what? Okay, we're going to go through our three guys after this ends, of course, in a little bit more detail. But actually, no, I'll wait until then to talk through it. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's Sydney. So I'm guessing it is Lockie Carmichael that they've bidded on.
And this gets matched 100%, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think so. What have they got? And that might help us.
Oh yeah, okay. Push.
It won't help us. Never mind.
No, not ours. Thank goodness. Sydney's Arden girl. So we're good. All right, Richard's come in and done the maths for us. Well done, Richard. And he said that that's what he's worked out too. Good on you. Good work, Richard. For Swade.
Yeah. And I think now there is no chance that our picks go any further or higher up the order without us trading. So we're at the stage now where a bid will just... I think it could... Oh, the Dogs took him.
They didn't match?
I think that's just what's popped up on my AFL screen. Has that happened on the broadcast?
It says pick 21, pick is in.
Oh, well, here it's got he's at the Bulldogs apparently.
Is that a shock to you that Sydney didn't match him?
Yeah, there you go. I would have thought so, because you've got... I mean, they do have another player in their academy in this range as well, and probably one with a bit more upside, called Max King.
Yep.
So they might be prioritising a bid for him instead.
Okay.
But I like Lockie Carmichael. I think he's a really, really good player, really good prospect. So, and this is the way the draft should be. Like, we're getting to a stage where teams you should be passing on players, because it's more difficult to match bids. And I know that doesn't help the Bombers with Adam Swade, but you don't want teams to just have picks out the back and be able to take whoever they want because they're linked to their academy. It should get to a stage where teams are having to pass on players, and I think the AFL should be watching this and seeing clubs passing on these players more, and realizing that it is kind of trending in the right direction. And if they just up it a tiny bit more each year, they'll get to a stage where it's a more even draft, rather than doing what we hope they won't do in the future with Kobe Buick's draft class.
Yeah, I agree. It's just a shame that it's happening when we have Kobe Buick coming.
Yeah, that is not ideal.
Yeah, just to confirm, he's 2027, because I saw someone in a stream the other night saying that he's the same draft as Cody Walker, but that's not correct. Cody Walker is next year.
Yeah, Cody Walker's next year. Kobe Buick's 2027.
Yeah, so the fuckery that the AFL could bring in by then is for Essendon to have to be able to match it. And look, I know we're a long way out, but how's he looking in terms of where he could go?
Oh, I think he'd be pretty early. It's like the guy's 16, so you never really 100% know. But if we're judging that draft class now,
yeah,
he'd be like right up there. I think he's pretty good, Kobe Buick.
Okay, I mean, yay for us, but
yeah,
I mean, we'll make it happen. But the AFL are just definitely not going to make it easy for us. That's for sure.
Yeah,
all right.
And the annoying thing is, sorry, you go.
No, you.
Oh, I was just going to say the annoying thing is that we've got other players that year as well in the draft. It's not just Kobe Buick. It's Tavita Roden and Mustafa Darwish, who both look pretty good as well.
Of course we do. Yes, I was just about to say enter the chat, Adelaide. So Adelaide enters the chat.
Oh, you know what? Is this Harley Barker? Or it might be Mitch Marsh, actually. He hasn't been taken yet.
Mitch Marsh, yeah. See, again, he's another one I'm shocked has slid this far.
Yeah, there's a few of them.
Well,
there's actually... Who's left? Aiden Schubert hasn't been taken. Let's...
You have to understand, people. You should see how small this window is that I'm having to do it from. I can't even see what I've done there. Is that correct? I think so. Did I do that right, everyone? Yeah. No, I can't do that last one for you, Space Coyote. I'm running out of space, so. But I appreciate your attention to detail. All right. Adelaide with their first pick of the draft. It's weird as well not having Collingwood having a pick.
Yeah.
Oh, there's another one under the pile.
I think that'll be Mitch Marsh.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
Yep. Okay.
Good pick too. I really like that.
Yeah.
For the Crows, yeah.
So this is where Hawthorn could maybe bid on Swade.
Yes. Now we are getting to the stage of the draft where there's a bit of stress.
Yep. But only really because they'd want to spite us, not because they actually need him. But the only one after with picks left, I don't know if you've got a list of who's remaining to pick, but the only one left is Freo, who actually would need him and want him, right?
Yeah, I'd be worried about Fremantle with not the next pick, but the pick after. That's the worry for me.
Yeah, right.
I think the Hawks have choice of like Aiden Schubert, Ollie Greaves, Jevon Philippou. Like they should be taking Harley Barker. Yeah, they should be taking someone else. And I think that's the good thing that I think bodes well for the Bombers here is that, and I'm not going to jinx it, but there are quite a few players on the board available who I think clubs would want more than Adam Swade, knowing that the Bombers might not match a bid. So like, surely they use their brains a little bit and maybe they just forget about Swade for a couple of minutes.
Yeah, and Space Cody says Schubert as well, another one. So you're right. Anyone bidding on Swade now, probably aside from Freo, is probably doing it just to spite Essendon, not because they probably need or want him, because there are other more quality players. But this has been a batshit draft. Like there are clubs who might, opt and think that they do need him. So what do we know? We're not in the inner sanctum.
No, exactly. The top 10 playing out the way it did kind of shows us, how little we really do know.
Yeah. And I still am really here for that. I think it's been a great night. Definitely.
Yeah, I haven't even really processed that yet. Actually, there's been too many names, but yeah, we did actually get a few good players, didn't we? Through the doors.
We did. We'll make we'll go over the kids for a few times, a few minutes after the draft finishes. All right, stop yelling at me. Do you know how small this text is for me to update? I can't even see the Y is molding into the L and the T keeps changing around. So how about we just...
I think it looks fine.
Thank you. Everybody else is not having conniptions that it's not to perfection. It's already making my OCD go crazy. So please, a million things happening back here. So yes, Richard asks if Schubert is still there when we pick, do we take him over Swade?
Yes, I think so.
Really?
Yeah, I think Schubert's a better prospect. Like he'd be pushing lots of top 10s for teams. I think like the funny thing is the way this draft is playing out is only playing out the way it is because of where the teams are positioned. Like if it was a completely different order, you'd have, I know that it sounds like really simple, but you'd have completely different players taken, I think Schubert should be like a top 10 or 15 player. And Adam Swade to me is kind of like a 25 to 30. I'd be going Schubert. I like him a lot.
Wow. I mean, that would be bonkers. That would almost feel cruel to me. You see, this is now my heart. That's my heart talking.
Yeah.
It would feel cruel to me.
I get you, because it's like... And look, and Adam Swade's a Hawthorn fan, by the way. Like, his stakes with Essendon aren't even, like, sky high. It's not like he's, a boyhood fan who really wants to go to the Bombers. I think he just wants to play footy. But there is something about passing over an academy kid going to another club that feels a bit wrong in a few ways. It's always a surprise when it happens. Yeah.
I mean, I know you say he's a Hawthorn player, but the way he talks about the club, I don't know. Maybe when you get into the academy, you just, I don't know. I don't know how the loyalty still holds in your heart, but hey.
And also it would feel wrong picking one of the two, like picking Huss and not Swade or Swade and not Huss, because like they're such close mates. It would just be like perfect to see them together, Yeah,
I know. I don't know. I mean, as we know, Huss is probably a foregone conclusion, right? We're probably really okay to get him.
Yeah, so after pick 37, if a bid comes on a player, the points are irrelevant and it's just about whatever pick you have next in the draft. So
Yeah,
if we have,
that's
pick 50, it doesn't matter if it doesn't add up to the points. It's just that pick gets eaten up in a bid. So that would be easy. I don't even think anyone bids on him, to be honest, in the national draft. Huss, I think it's swayed, but it's really this range.
Yeah, it's a good list, Jai. Do you agree with this list, Felix?
Yes, or maybe not Greaves because we've taken a few midfielders. But like in general, yes. Like as draft prospects, I keep forgetting about Hibbins Hargraves. He's someone that I wouldn't mind. Oh, there you go, Aiden Schubert to Hawthorn.
Oh, okay, so scrap that. We just spoke about taking him over Swade. It's not even going to be an issue, and they didn't bid on Swade, so there you go.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness me. This has just been a fascinating draft. I mean, I'm hooked.
It has been a wacky draft.
Great draft.
So
it's going to be too hard. Yeah, go.
I think there's only 2 or 3 more picks left for the night anyway. I think it
Okay.
ends with the Bulldogs.
So who's left? Just tell us who's left.
I think it's not like updating on my screen here, but I think it's the Cats, Dockers, and it's because everyone's traded their picks away. It's hard to keep track, but I think it's Cats, Dockers, and North
Freo.
and Bulldogs. I think.
So Freo don't have a first round pick?
Oh, sorry, Cats, Fremantle, North, Bulldogs.
Okay.
So Fremantle are next after Geelong, which is scary.
Right. Yeah, this is interesting, Plugger. They've got 15 key forwards on their list. Absolute clowns. TL, they key forward and a general forward. I find this interesting too.
I think they're just going, like, you could tell that they wanted players earlier that they didn't have access to, so they were just trading back to, kind of. I mean, it felt like they were buying time a bit to, take who they wanted available that they didn't really need in a position. So I guess they just went upside in Schubert. I don't know. I guess their plans didn't work out the way they thought they would early.
And isn't that nice? I know we shouldn't
be
happy to be on full of others, but they have caused us harm, and so they must now wear some of the toxic energy back. That is how the work. Well, it's not exactly how it should work, but anyway, football is has another set of rules. Really, now I'm making up shit, but anyway, Ashley, how are you? Surprised how our picks panned out, but I'm pretty stoked. Yes, me too. I'm a bit surprised, but we'll go over it all. Oh, that makes me happy, Jeff. Welcome to the family now, officially here. Thank you. It's been a great night. Make sure you subscribe to both, of course. Yes, Jai is Jai Caldwell. The rest of the Jais in the competition, I'm pretty sure, are JAI. There could be 1 or 2 others that are JAI. I mean JY, but our Jai is JYE. I still think Hawks. Do Hawks have? Did you list Hawks there as having any more left?
Not in this round. Not for a little while. I think it ends in 4 picks. But my maths isn't good, so.
Well, it's held up so far tonight.
It took time.
Yeah, but you got there. That's all that matters. Hawks. I always thought were going to take Greaves, but now it looks like Geelong. Yeah, and I thought every time I think of Greaves, I think of Cripps. Definitely, they're exactly the same person, like literally the same person, and that's been one of the one of his deficiencies, isn't it, for Greaves? Like just that the one dimension of his game. And I guess if you're so good at it like Cripps is, does it really matter if you've only got that one dimension? If it's about building around you, it's about putting players in around you who pick up and have the speed or pick up where you lack.
Geelong aren't bidding, which is good. Yes, no, I agree. I think, and that's a similar story with Dyson Sharp, where you can have those worries about them on the outside, and how they impact the game in transition. But it's a really good base to build on, having that contest work be as good as it is that early as well. At the very least, I think Greaves and Sharp will be good footballers.
Yeah. I think, yeah. Yeah, we've only got... Are there any other potential players that could be bid on in this next, beside the next 4 that potentially are going to be picks, aside from Swade?
Yes,
Outside of Swade?
that's what I'm hoping for, because I think Fremantle might bid anyway, but I think they could be bidding on West Coast small forward Tyler Williams. Surely they prioritise a bid on their actual rivals. That would make more sense. Jack Eisen from Carlton hasn't been bidded on.
Yes.
Max King from Sydney, Zach McCarthy from Collingwood, and I'm definitely missing like 3 or 4 there as well. And that's before Adam Swade.
So if Freo comes up with where they're bidding on someone, we're all going to freak out that it's Swade, but we're going to be hard in mouth waiting, aren't we?
Definitely. Yeah. 100%.
Oh, Harvey Barker, there goes your boy.
Oh, you know what? That's
Harry.
I think that's good. I think him and Ollie Dempsey on opposite wings is going to be fun. And you know what? Like, when you have players that you really like in a draft year and like go all out, like praising them, you want them to end up being good players or you'll look silly. And there's no system that's going to do that like Geelong. So I'm happy with that.
Yeah. You actually sold me on him, I have to admit.
Oh, I think he's great.
Yeah, I agree with you. I still think that this is late for him. I thought he would have gone definitely higher.
Yeah, I think he's like you can rank players as, you know, against each other and everything, and in like, but it's really needs and what position you want. And this guy is like by far the best winger in this draft and just in recent drafts as well. Like it's so rare to see someone this good at a specific role like the wing, which is so hard to learn and I guess like accumulate yourself to. I love Harley Barker. I think he's going to be great.
Yeah, they're so smart, Geelong. They really are. They see how Ollie Dempsey has come on and you know what he adds to that team and the importance of for me, Ollie Dempsey's one of in the top 4, if not top 3 best wingers in the comp. So yeah, they could have easily taken Greaves with that pick, but and as Moby says, Greaves is Geelong royalty. His great uncle was the first Brownlow medalist from Geelong. Nice little bit of history facts from you, Moby. Thank you for bringing that to the chat tonight.
And like when Geelong pick a player in the draft that you talk about or you know highlight, it shows that, you know, because they do nail their drafts, Geelong. So I'm happy with that pick because I think it. And look at him there with his family. My boy.
Oh, there goes your boy. He's gonna have a very happy life, isn't he? Geelong.
Yeah, he is set. He's gonna get his own farm.
He's gonna get some nice cotton on, you know, sponsorship. He's just gonna have a happy future winning. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Forget the farm, but it's the winning. He's the happiest of all of them right now. Geelong and maybe the Sydney. Has Sydney taken a pick? Did they match? Yeah, they took Harry Cole. Happy. You just know you're not.
Once he's finished his winning, he can just request a trade to Essendon if he wants. It's as simple as that.
That's right. Just to put a nice, close of the fairy tale chapter on for Felix, right?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
All right. Well, this is the pick now. This is the one. Fremantle.
Spot on, thank you. No, I think they got it coming out of the wazoo. I mean, Tom Hawkins is now moving back to Melbourne, so that frees up some farmage down his way. Nah, this is how it happens. The turnover, just one in, one out. The farms just get handed over. Possibly, yeah. Thread gold. Could it be?
Fremantle.
Yes.
Yeah. Thread gold would be a good shout. Like Adam Swade would be a decent shout is the thing as well. They need that kind of player, I think. Or they'd be looking at him.
Don't.
Yeah, I know. Or maybe if we just expect the worst, it won't happen, you know?
Possibly. How are you, Brett? Love having you here, champion. Oh, gosh. Have they put a bid in? yet or not?
No,
'Cause
it's
not
still Harley
everyone.
Barker's beautiful face on screen.
Oh, good, yeah, because it's Harley Barker's beautiful, luscious, beautiful blonde curls are on my screen still.
Yeah, saving us
Has the
from the inevitable doom.
Has the system crashed or something? Are they bidding people? Has anybody got any info?
Not yet.
Yeah, they can bid on your guy, please, Atush.
Well, at least Carlton are prepared.
Yeah, true. Okay, people saying they got a bid on. There's a bid, right?
Right.
Yeah, the time is gone, right? So yeah.
No bid? Oh, you can't. No time, sorry.
It's just off the screen.
Oh, yeah, there we go. All right. It could be Tyler Williams. Surely they'd screw around West Coast before they screw us around.
Yeah, of course. That just makes sense, doesn't it? Geez, they look relaxed. Goodness me, they look relaxed there at the Fremantle table.
All right.
Come on, check what's in those water bottles. All right, well, if Atush, that case, then you take one for the team. Your brothers in the red and black and sisters, I should say. Take one for the team. It's got to be, yeah. I mean, you'd think they bid on Eithon or Williams before they bid on Swade, because there's a chance that we potentially pass on bidding on matching it. So then they get stuck with it. So
unless they want him.
True. Yeah.
Oh.
Look, I wouldn't mind a candy cane, TL, if you're offering. But not as dessert, because I find like I only like mint as like a refresher, like a chewing gum. Like that's a refresher, not as a dessert. I don't like mint ice cream, mint chocolate. What about you, Felix? Do you like a bit of mint in your dessert?
I did have a bit of mint chocolate today, but I'm usually not a fan. You know what I am? And this is a controversial one. Thoughts on choc orange? Because I've been told lately I'm a bit of a psycho for enjoying a bit of choc orange.
You love a bit of Jaffa.
I do.
Wow, I have to admit, it is probably my least popular flavour on my cake list. So does that tell you anything?
No, that's the common consensus so far. I think I'm the outlier.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, chocolate orange. No, that's definitely not for me personally, but I wouldn't, like, if it was the last thing on a deserted island, I'd definitely eat it for sure. Oh, there you got 3 stumps is coming for you, Felix, as support. There you go.
Oh yes, the first one. You and me.
Oh my God, shaky snake too. Oh my God, you get.
Let's go, guys.
Joe. Chris is also on board the choc orange. Wow, you guys never cease to amaze me. Yeah, I would love to see who the bid is on.
Oh, pick 25. Oh wait, sorry,
So we're at pick 25. Oh, God. Swade gone. Holy heck.
There you go.
Wow. No. You bastards, Freo.
Oh, Freo.
Why are you doing us dirty like that, Freo? What did we do to you? What's the last bad thing What's the last bad thing we did to them?
We gave them Pat Voss. How dare they?
Yeah, exactly. We gave him, what do they call him? The dancing tiger. What do they call him?
Yeah, the dancing tiger. Give him back. Come on.
God, I'm waning. I'm very much waning. It's been a very long day and long night. The prancing pony. I was so close. I wasn't close. Oh. Okay.
All right.
All right, everybody, detach. 1, 2, 3. Detach your hearts from Swade.
Well, now we're looking at pick 36.
All right, so the question becomes, everyone's going to ask, who do we take, please?
Good question. If you want to go like for like, maybe a Leon Kickett. That could be fun. I think there'll be some good, like you're looking at all these players still around, like Philippou, Hargraves. There's still some quality around. hopefully at that stage still. Hopefully now that I've said that, clubs don't start taking those players, but the draft does fizz out a bit at that range in the 30s. So we shall see.
But if we're taking someone of his ilk, of his type, keep in mind that we want speed.
Mm-hmm.
Is Kickett up there?
Yeah, I like Kickett. He's fun. There'd be who probably think he's a better prospect anyway. I personally I wouldn't. It's not like too far away. He might be taken before anyway though. Like there's another 10 selections until our next pick, so it is tough to know.
So now that takes us into tomorrow night, doesn't it?
Yes. Yep.
Okay, well, we'll get Huss. That's for sure. Let's say Alex.
Yeah,
who did he barrack for?
Huss goes for the Bombers.
Okay, there we go. Make it a trifecta, huh?
Yeah, exactly. Oh, surely we'd get someone else who goes for the Bombers at this range. Jack Ison from Carlton goes for the Bombers, actually. So if we...
Push. Did you hear that? We're coming for you. No, they did us nice tonight. Although we gave them a few more points, so...
We did.
Yeah. How fun is it going to be watching the Prancing Pony and Adam Swade kick a combined total of 15 goals, maybe 16 against Essendon every year?
The Fremantle fans online, I get...
I'm going to bang my head against the table.
Yeah. Oh, we've got an ad break. How that happened? Was that the last pick?
Yeah, I know. Was that the last pick, everybody who's listening to it? Can you just tell us? But while this ad break is going on, let's actually, if I can get this freaking thing working tonight, let's have a look at Felix's premonitions and see how many is left on his board. Please. Oh, see, why does he keep doing this? All right. Anyway, all right, who's still left? Felix.
Who's still left?
Yep. Ison, Filippo.
Yeah, I'll get a little list going while we look at my
Max King is also left. Harley Barker. So what did Barker end up going as? Was it pick 25? Pick 24. So you were so close. You had Harley.
Who did I have him going to? I had him going to Hawthorn.
To Hawks, yeah.
Most of that's. Oh, you know what? It's not too bad. I mean,
no, not too bad at all.
Okay, so you got. Yeah, you know what? I'll take it. Lindsay to West Coast.
You nailed that.
It's that first bit where Richmond kind of stuffed me up. Grill to Richmond. I'll stand by that shout because that had gone away in the last few days, and I'm happy with that.
Well done.
Yeah, aside from that, there's
Xavier Taylor and Sam Cumming there, with the two. So Xavier Taylor swaps with Cumming, and Cumming goes to Sullivan Road, who then comes to us.
Indeed. All right, so
Oscar Taylor, what did he end up going at? You had him at pick 16.
Yeah, I think he did go to the Giants.
Very close.
All right, there is actually a business draft.
Sorry, Felix. You had Latrell Pickett going to Freo, which makes sense.
Yeah.
But they went with Slade.
Yeah, if Melbourne didn't take him earlier, maybe, but it looked like clubs liked him anyway at that range, so.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Oh, sigh. But we've detached. We detach and we watch him kick 5 on us. Okay.
Many goals.
Oh, so it's over, guys. Yep. Is that what you're telling me? Done for the night. Oh, all right. So you premonitioned that there'd be 25 picks taken, and there were 25 picks.
I'll take that. Yeah.
So you actually did very well, I think.
All right. Yeah, the first bit was easier, and then kind of I got a few late ones with Lindsay and Taylor to the right clubs at least. Even though it was not in the right order, and Mitch Marsh and stuff. So I'll take that.
So 5 less players taken than was last year. Sorry. All right. Yeah. So Felix, now let me see how we're doing this. Let me get rid of this screen 1 sec. And then before we finish, guys, we're just going to go have a bit of a gloss and a gush over our 3 guys that we brought in. All right. Who are we starting with? Well, we'll start with our pick. What? Oh God, I've lost count. What did it end up? What did the pick end up as?
The first pick was Sullivan Roby, I think. Was it?
At 7. But what number?
Oh, 9. It would be 9, I think.
9. Okay. So our pick 9 in Sullivan Roby. Let's gush. What are we going to gush over?
I mean, this is good. I don't think anyone I was saying that, you know, Richmond were going to take him. I was quietly optimistic that we you know, be in line, but realistically, I was kind of throwing him out the window because I didn't want to build my hope up and be disappointed. But the fact he actually slid through is great because, you know, you get someone who's just something we haven't had in a long time in that big-bodied midfielder. But he's got scope to be something else, I think, as well. I think he can be. He is still growing, by the way. He's 192 after a 17-centimetre growth spurt, but he's still growing. So he could even be a key position player because he's shown some strength forward of the ball as well. You know, this guy was nowhere like even just a few months ago, and now he's taken in the top 10 in the draft. It kind of shows how good he was when he played for the Eastern Rangers. He was incredible, and that's all with, you know, no professional preseason. He was playing club footy. So when you put him in an AFL system, there is like just clear upside and scope to Sullivan Roby. I think this is just a pure upside pick. This is a bit of a project player.
Yeah. Thank you so much, SJ. Appreciate that. Stoked with our selections. We set up our midfielder for the next 10 plus years. Sorry to Felix that Barker's gone. Matt Rosa is king, sharp future captain. Oh, nailed that. Thank you so much for the 5. I appreciate you. I mean, I love the fact that we have a bit of an enigma with a bit of grunt and power. It just reminds me, his body reminds me of Job and Degoe, and that's who he's likened to. But I am not going to lie. I have been worried about the deficiencies and that 8-week stretch that he's isolated to. But it does show that when he puts his mind to something that he wants, and which he did, he was exceptionally hurt and disappointed when he finished with the Stingrays at the end of 2024. But he clearly put his head down. Or 2023. Was that 2023 or 2024?
Yeah, 2023.
2023, yeah. He put his head down, remembered that the AFL, being an AFL player, was his dream. And I do love that mentality, that mindset shift, because it didn't just happen. You don't just get gifted the physique and that's hard work. And then to actually translate that to showcasing it in an 8-week block. Granted, it is minimal compared to some of the other consistent kings, but I guess it also mirrors the type of enigma he is, doesn't it? Like he's a burst player. Dustin Martin didn't dominate wasn't consistent for a big chunk of time.
Yeah,
was he?
Yeah, and there was that good Scooter comparison with Cochin and Martin being Sharp and Roby, which I loved because it's kind of true. Like you draft Sullivan Roby as someone who, I mean, yeah, he's an enigma. He could be anything, you know. That anything could be high, it could be low. We don't know yet. There's so much he has to work on and really refine to be an actual AFL footballer because he wasn't even a talent league footballer until a few months ago. But the fact that he's drafted so early and that clubs are thinking about him so early in the draft shows how just like damaging he was and impactful he was at his very best. And doing that, you know, with the limited work he had done in a professional system before that is, yeah, it's great. And now it's just really on our development to get the most out of him. And that's the worry, really. Nothing to do with Sullivan Roby. The worry is now our development and whether we can get the best out of him.
Yeah, absolutely. And walking into a team that doesn't have solid foundations yet, I'll say yet, Bomber fans, he's not going to have Cochin around him. He's not going to have the Cochins and the Patrick Cripps and the, you know, those stars and level heads around him necessarily. So can he put his head down and kind of be, I guess, not patient because we want them to be, we want them to want success now and to make the team now. But I'm stoked that we got him. There's just a question mark for me still at the back of my mind. But I mean, yes, and everyone's just referring to, I mean, what a unit he is, and that's exciting for Essendon because we historically like that. And obviously Jake Stringer walking out the door, that big brute midfielder. Yep. So, all right. Well, welcome Sullivan Roby, if you ever watch this, to the Bombers. All right, pick 10. The shock, the one that you're going to need to spend a little bit of time on here for everybody. Felix, let's talk about Jacob Farrow.
This is a really intriguing one, and we were talking about why we might have done this. I think it's because the Demons would have liked him after, and look, we were early in the year when we were tossing up draft prospects before the draft order actually shaped out. We were thinking Josh Lindsay would be a great option to the Bombers, and as the year went on, you did see on draft boards Lindsay go down, Farrow go up. And Farrow is kind of the other Lindsay in this draft. He's, it's a draft that's really lacking in ball use. There really aren't many good kicks in this draft. That's just the way it's shaped out for some reason. And Jacob Farrow just so happens to be one of the best kicks in the draft. Some would say the best kick. Pommy would say the best kick in the draft. And if not, he's definitely right up there. He's a really lovely ball user on that left. He's a good distributor out of the back half. He's a very calm and composed player. I've said sometimes this year he's maybe too calm at times, too composed at times, and he could, work on his intent a bit. But that's a good weakness to have, really, if that's what your weakness is or what I've noticed about him. But yeah, he's a lovely user of the footy, really good distributor out of the back half, good frame as well. Like, he hasn't filled out yet or anything, but his size suggests there's more scope for him to potentially move into the midfield. Like, I think these types of players are really good because they can play in the back half early to start. But once they actually fill out and have a few pre-seasons, he could definitely, I wouldn't be surprised if he's a midfielder by the end of his career. He really has all the makings, all the smarts to be a midfielder. So I think it makes, sorry, say again.
What kind of midfielder, Felix?
Like a Jordan Dawson type midfielder. He gets a few comparisons to Jordan Dawson, just like that taller, rangier type, a bit, he's got pace, but it isn't like evident pace. It isn't that, who's a good example, like Hussein, it isn't Hussein El Car pace where his legs are moving faster than you can see. He's rangy. He's got long strides. It's a very calm, he's got a very calm demeanor when he plays footy. He's very composed and he'd be a very good, Jordan Dawson type distributor kind of around the back of a pack where he's tall and he's big, but it doesn't suggest he's an inside midfielder. If anything, he's going to be on the outside using the footy more. So, yeah, I like it. I like it.
Hearing you say that calm composure, that just straight away just came to my mind, Ridley. So is he a Ridley type? Is that where he's going to play and start his football career?
I think he would be the type of attacker that Ridley is. So when Ridley isn't defending and when he has the footy, he could be Ridley-esque. I don't think he has the defensive craft to be like the full profile of a Jordan Ridley, but when Ridley has ball in hand, you can see similarities there. I think just the way
more
he uses
in the reading of the play that
Yep.
I noticed when watching some of his games. That reading of just the nous, the football nous.
Yeah, no, he's a smart footballer and he knows where to be, which is good. I wouldn't say he's a defender. Like, I know that's his position, but he is an attacker. He's the type of player to be moving the ball forward. He's not in the back line to be, stopping plays. He's there to be moving the ball forward for his teammates. So, yeah, I think it's good. And I think, realistically, I know he's picked 10, but the way I see it, it is probably pick 13, given the fact that we were taking him early to kind of avoid Melbourne taking him before us. And he was someone that I was looking at pick 13 anyway. I put Lockie Doveston down, but I was looking at Schubert, Farrow, and Doveston for that pick, and it wouldn't have surprised me if we took him at pick 13. It obviously surprised me that we took him earlier, but when you think about it, it makes a lot of sense.
He actually, I know I made this, but 180 centimeters. He actually looks taller than that. Maybe it's because of the long limbs, and he does have those long strides. But he actually comes across much taller than that.
Yeah, and that's good. It's you want to have a good frame. You can tell that when he fills out, he's not going to be all muscle, but he's going to be a really good sized footballer. And it'll allow him to play in a range of different positions. I think this is a great option because it's someone that we have been wanting in the back half a bit. Think about what we've been doing with our team. Moving Nick Martin to back half, Dylan Shield to the back half. We haven't had a stable ball user there. And look, Archie Roberts is great, but I don't think he's a great kick of the footy like Jacob Farrow is. I think he's, he's more of a defender than Jacob Farrow, and he's better in other aspects of his game. But Jacob Farrow using the ball in the back half, I think, can only be good for the Bombers.
Yeah, I mean, the first thing that when I've been looking at all Essendon supporters' wishes and dreams coming out of this draft has just been, can we get some guys who can actually kick the footy? And that's why I was so hell-bent on Josh Lindsay. But Jacob Farrow is an absolute, is just an absolute. I'm stoked to have one or the other of them, because they both do bring that, and we like that so badly. And I would arguably say our hand skills are probably not that much better most of the time as well. So I do have another question about him, and it's gone.
That's
Anybody else? Any other? Before we move on from Farrow, let's just check the
yeah,
chat.
because this isn't someone that we've talked about with the Bombers a lot this year, so I'm sure there would be a few. Yeah.
All right, so Jono asks, can he play on the wing?
Yes, I think he could. I think he probably. I'm not 100% sure what his tank is like, but I know he's a hardworking player, and he's got, without knowing his aerobic capacity, the way he moves with the footy and the way he reads the footy, he could definitely play on a wing. He's got that scope.
Okay, so he probably just the tank. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just saw it. I didn't take your comment. I promise. Does he have the deep tank? Yeah, the endurance.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure, to be honest. Like, West Australia is the one gay footy state. The one state that I don't. Long night. It's the one state that I don't watch a lot of footy from. So I saw him at Champs, and he played really well at Champs. But I didn't see him a lot at Colts level, or I think he did play league footy. So I don't know. And even watching live, you can't always tell what they're like with their tank, especially in the back half, because you don't need to be running as much a lot of the time. But I wouldn't be surprised if he probably like all these kids have to work on their tank a little bit. They all come in a bit underdone, so he probably does have to work. But I like the idea of him on a wing. That makes sense.
Yeah. Okay. But he'll probably start his career down back, won't he?
Yeah.
They'll probably start him off down there.
Yeah, like half-back flank kind of thing.
Yeah, okay. So, I mean, he's not one who would start if we have our full contingent, if we have our full list available to us. He's not one who starts round one, right?
Probably not. I mean,
because if he did, my next question is, if he did, who is he playing? Whose position is he playing in? Which one of our backs are missing out? I know this is a ridiculous thing to say, but providing that we have all a healthy and fit list at our disposal. Don't laugh at me, chat. I know that's ridiculous. It sounds ridiculous coming out of my mouth, but whose spot would he take?
Yeah, I don't think he would take a senior spot. I'm looking at someone like, if Zach Johnson gets minutes or Jacob Farrow, but I think both of them have scope to play other areas of the ground as well, which I like. I think both of them are really good ball users, and like even Archie Roberts playing midfield, Andy McGrath playing midfield. I think there are the ways you can get Jacob Farrow in the team. But I don't think he has to start or play round one. I don't think he has to. But I wouldn't be surprised if he did.
Yeah, interesting. Yeah, I think if we have our full contingent, he probably doesn't. And to be honest, that's to be honest. If all these kids don't start, that means that we have a full and healthy list, and that makes me exceptionally happy. So
it is a good thing if they're not playing, I think.
That's exactly right. That's absolutely exactly right. All right, let's see. Zeke says, is he a taller Archie Roberts or a Angus Clark like?
I'm just thinking left foot. He's probably is more like Angus Clark, but I can't not look at that left foot and think Archie Roberts. No, he's more Angus Clark in that he's like he's that rangy mover who meters gained type player. Probably he can probably work on really progressing the ball forward a lot more than he can. But I think he's going to be a meters gained type defender, and I think that's what Angus Clark is. I don't think Jacob Farrow needs 15 touches to get quite a lot of good distance, whereas Archie Roberts is the type to go sideways a bit more. Not a criticism. That's just different styles of players. I think he's more of an Angus Clark.
Yeah. All right. We might move on from Jacob now, but I'm sure you're going to be bringing out your own videos most definitely in the coming days about him. So we'll all be looking, and I'm sure the club are going to pop out lots of highlights and profiles of all three of them. But we're just doing it raw straight off the bat. So let's get to our number. Oh no, I've lost track. What was it? What number did we take him?
13.
13. Thank you, Felix. In my guy, Dyson Sharp. I'm so happy for him.
Bomber fan. How good is that? 2 Bomber fans. That's great.
Yeah.
No, and this is on his own. You know, if we had pick 13 on its own and took Dyson Sharp, you could question why we didn't take someone with more upside. But I think this is a really great pick to be taking with, you know, like a Sullivan Roby enigma type player and a Jacob Farrow who probably needs a preseason to really fill out, because Dyson Sharp is bankable. I think you look at Sullivan Roby, his ceiling is up here, you know. Jacob Farrow, his ceiling's up here. Dyson Sharp's ceiling might be here, but his floor is a lot higher than the floor of a Sullivan Roby and the floor of a Jacob Farrow. I think, you know, he's going to come in and be a good midfielder. He probably needs to work on his outside game a little bit and his transition footy, but he's going to be really good at the contest, and he's going to be Jobe Watson-like, I think, with his inside footy. I think that's a player we just haven't had for a long time, but this is someone who's tough on and off the field and just a great leader. You know, it's a culture pick as well. It's something that we need good leaders and good players, you know, that buy into our culture at the club, and I think that's Dyson Sharp.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you could argue he already has. You know, he hadn't even been picked by the club, and he'd already bought into being part of the change, not just like this is. And this is not a diss on Roby, but he's more like, come in. I don't want to think about what's around me. I'm just going to go in. I'm going to be the bombshell. I'm just going to light shit up. Whereas Dyson Sharp is like, I see you. I'm going to fix that. I'm going to be part of the change to, you know, the motivation to be part of that change. And I just love that. I love that, that side of him. I love the fact that he went back, worked on his goal kicking. We don't have goal kicking midfielders. That's like exceptional turn on to me for him, because we just don't have mids who hit the scoreboard enough.
No, sure, actually, yeah.
And with as much accuracy as he does. So I think he's exceptionally good at the contest in his defence. I don't think he gets lost defensively, which I really like. I think his defensive accountability is as good as any of the mids, to be honest.
I think he can work on his tank and actually, like, I think he has the work rate and he has effort to be a good transition midfielder. I think like he has the makings mentally to be that, but I think there is a lot he has to work on. You know, some things he can't, like his speed, he can't really fix that. He's not quick, slow, but he's not quick either. So he just has to be, you know, as intelligent as he can be. And luckily he's got a really strong mind. This is not just a good footballer, but a good person, a good, smart, you know, person that we've brought into the club. And I think he can only.
Sorry to interrupt, Felix. He's the kind of kid who's going to move heaven and earth to play exceptional football. That's what I get from him.
Yeah. When I say good person, I don't mean he's a nice guy. He's not that, you know, that private school pick that we usually go for. This is he is kind and well spoken, but really tough. Like he is a really tough footballer and person, I think, and that's evident by the way he plays and, you know, the work he's done off field to improve his game in the last year.
Yeah, and he's another one who I think plays taller, looks taller than he actually is, because he plays with that brute strength and force and power and contested nature. So Chris asks, does he help us with forward entries? It's a good question, because it's another huge gap in our list.
I mean, he helps us in the fact that he can extract the footy. So he's like, ideally you don't want him being the one entering inside 50 like all the time. But he's, you know, he's going to help us win stoppages and hopefully get it to players that can a lot of the time. I will say what I do like about Dyson Sharp is that I think his range and where he impacts the game is a lot smaller than others. I think, you know, if the ball isn't in his general area, in his stoppage, there's just less he can do to impact the game. But he also in that has more range of motion and more range of how he can use the footy. He's really trustworthy, you know, just out of a stoppage, going on his left, going on his right, using his hands. He's someone that can win a stoppage, not just, you know, on the stat sheet, you know, winning a clearance, but actually get territory with it as well and actually get us meters going forward. So he's not I wouldn't say he's a good ball user. I think he can kick under the ball a little bit sometimes. I think that's something he probably has to work on. But for the style of player he is, just, a lot of the time he is just ripping the ball out of there, hand passing it to runners, kicking it to get meters. He is very, very efficient in that. And as I said earlier in the stream, there are some draftees who have the makings to be a good contest midfielder. Elijah Sardis, he's always had the makings to be a really good inside midfielder. Even Ben Hobbs had the makings to be a good inside midfielder, but I think Dyson Sharp already is a good inside midfielder.
That's right, and it's interesting that you bring Sardis's name up, because I'm so sorry I can't find your comment. I did scroll up to try and find your comment, whoever said it, but what does this mean for Elijah Sardis? I did mention that the coaches have put to him to try and be that Josh Dunkley type and have challenged him to develop that part of his game. Do you think that they had this in mind, knowing that they were actually bringing in someone who is bringing in someone who's so ready-made, or hoping to bring in Dyson Sharp, who's so ready-made to play, to already be that contested ball winner?
Yeah, good question. I think Sardis was up against it anyway, and I think this is good. You don't want a kid or a player at the club just getting opportunity because he has to. I think Elijah Sardis, for the last few years, we've been crying out for him to play because we do need a bit more in the midfield. But I think, if you throw in a Dyson Sharp there to give him some friendly competition, I think it'll tell us a lot about Elijah Sardis as a player and a person, whether he sees this as, an opportunity to actually knuckle down and really get to work and win his spot in the team, ahead of someone else who arguably could be ahead of him. Or whether it's a big learning curve for him and maybe a challenge too steep. Only time will tell. They are different styles of player, but I think they're going to play a pretty similar role, whichever one does play.
I think they can both coexist if Sardis nails that role that he's been given, that Dunkley type player who can, because Sharp is not that guy who kind of goes where the team needs it when the team needs it. He's that contested ball who you just want there, extracting the ball 100% of the time. But if Sardis can lock down that role where when another mid's getting off the chain, opposition mid, that he can go and line up on that mid, but also effectively help us, get ascendancy from an offense point of view. I think they can coexist, providing that, maybe some of our other mids are not available or whatnot. And this is probably thinking more to the future, but I do think they can coexist. And I am putting all the energy out there that Elijah Sardis puts it together, because I think if he can, he's got a spot if he can do that.
I agree. And I I remember this time, 3 years ago, thinking back to what Elijah Sardis was and the different, he was a completely different player to what he is now. There's clearly a confidence thing and something that he hasn't, quite knuckled down on in the level at the system in the level. And you really do want to see him succeed, because you don't want to see these guys, lose themselves in the system. Ideally, everyone is playing good footy, and that would be good for the club because we'd have depth. But yeah, I think for these two to coincide, to exist together in the same team, it would really probably, it would be a long-term thing. But you're looking at, Caldwell, Durham, Parrish. There probably would be some injuries there, to be honest. Anyway, in the midfield, there always are. But it would take some injuries, and I think if these two are playing in the same team together, it probably means we're not doing great for with our injury struggles.
Yeah. Possibly. I don't know.
It's a good question.
Pixel, no, you say a good question, but I just think back to, think when Setterfield, how good Setterfield was going in our team before he got injured. He came in late, and think how much of an impact Setters was having. Think of Sardis doing what Setterfield did, but then also being offensively really good as well, and not losing himself to just being that run with player on the opposition's best midfielder, like Setterfield did. And that was the knock on Setters, that he didn't have that extra string to his bow. So essentially we're giving away a position on the field just to be that, not tagger, but that run with role, and to be that bigger body in between Zach Merritt and the others out there who are delivering the ball outside the contest. So I don't know, but I just think that if he can play that centre field role with the added bonus of being an offensive weapon, then there's a spot for him in my team. I don't know who misses out. So long as it's not Caldwell, I'm okay.
Yeah, no. I look. I would love Sardis to make it, and I think he does have tools. Like he clearly, he was pick 5 for a reason. You don't just take someone at pick 5 and hope they end up being a good player. Like this guy had weapons, and he's got weapons still. It's just about whether he can, build on that. And I think, even look, Dyson Sharp, he's not the type of player to be, wanting to put himself forward ahead of his teammates, and win out, get opportunities ahead of his teammates at their expense. He's the type of player I think to be, playing his best footy and putting his best foot forward, but also helping his teammates develop and grow at the same time. And I think Sardis could probably learn a bit from Dyson Sharp and the way that he attacks the footy and the way he goes in as hard as he does. I think like you look at Dyson Sharp and his leadership, it's not just a thing that you're looking at or a strength that you're looking at in 5 to 6 years time when he's 25 years old. Like I'm not even 100% sure that this guy is 18. Like that is not an 18-year-old. I think
birth certificate.
Yeah, 100%. But like I think he can come in and be a leader now for these young guys around him, including Sardis, who I think his leadership was. I don't know if that was probably. I don't remember it being a strength in his draft profile. But Sharp's already a leader. He's going to be someone who's going to help these younger guys grow, I think.
Yeah. I mean, Sunstripe, I know you've gone on about this all night long, and I do this would be my only thing, and that's why I love the idea of Cumming being complementary to Sharp, because he does bring, that speed that probably Dyson lacks. Where do we get this from now through the midfield?
I mean, yeah, I think that's something that we'll or like who would we have taken instead that would have given us speed in the midfield? There's not really anything you could have addressed that we, without taking away from another area. Like let's say we pass on Jacob Farrow and bring in a Lockie Doveston. Yes, we're bringing us speed in the forward half, but we're losing out on ball use in the process. And if we don't pick Dyson Sharp, it means you're losing that bankable midfielder that can actually bridge these, upside players together. I think this is a really good blend of players, and we do need speed, and maybe we can address it on night 2 of the draft or next year. But you can't address all your needs in one draft night when you're a club as low down the ladder as we are. There's a reason we're low down the ladder, and we're rebuilding. We've got some good young players. I would hope that next year's draft, and maybe even night 2, we do address speed and bring in some real pace. That would be great. But I like what we've done with this draft.
Yeah, me too. I think that's the overwhelming consensus. Hello, Langy. How are you? Hope you had a good time over on the Carlton channel tonight, Blue Abroad with Pommy and co. Bins, yes, man, he's quick. Goodness me. I watched him live and I was blown away. Not just the time trial, but in the actual drills and stuff. Quick. I think just on Bins, Felix, I've just got a feeling that the club really like him. I reckon they're going to sign him.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I can't say I've watched him too much, and I know that he's a great runner and an athlete, but Pommy was, I won't throw him under the bus here, but I think Pommy was...
No, I don't worry. I know exactly what Pommy thinks of him.
Yeah, there you go. So I think I've got my reservations. I'll have to go back and watch him, play a bit more footy, maybe some footage, because I can't really remember Jackson Bins too well. But I mean, it's an option, and that's something, we need pace, we need speed. He's at the club training. He's obviously with our VFL, so he would 100% be worth a consideration.
Yeah. Just purely for that speed aspect, I think, defensive accountability is going to be something that the club have to weigh up whether it's worth having someone who isn't really it's probably not high on his attribute list, but certainly speed. All right, I think we might leave it there. We've done a mountain of work, you and I, tonight. I hope you all enjoyed. Yeah, I mean, Chris, please, can you please not can we please not go there? The Messiahs. We have done a mountain of work tonight, you and I, Felix. I hope you all have enjoyed being here. It's been so fun. The chat has been on fire, lots of laughs and giggles. Please hit that subscribe button if you haven't. There's something very exciting that I'm going to be sharing with you all, hopefully, probably next week. I'm going to give the draftees their time in the sun this week. but something very, very, hopefully something you're all going to enjoy watching. But anyway, Felix, my great friend, thank you so much for joining me night one of the draft. I think it was only fitting that you and I collaborated for Essendon people tonight.
Yeah, it was good fun. Thank you for having me. It was pleasant as always being on the channel, but being able to talk about the draft is even better.
Yes, we know that's
It's
your
even
bread
better.
and butter. You're going to sleep so well tonight. Absolutely.
I'll give it a go.
No, you are going to sleep well tonight, I think. Atush, thank you. I love you so much. I really do. And I'll talk to you in our chat. Thank you. That means a lot. All right, everybody. I'm not going to be online tomorrow night, but Felix, tell everybody where you will be tomorrow night, where they can find you.
Yes, I'll be on the on the True Footy channel with Jesse and Dylan. We'll be reacting live to night 2 of the draft. I'll hopefully, if I can get some videos done before I leave for Melbourne in the morning, I'll hopefully get some videos done for you guys to watch over the weekend. We'll see how I go.
Yeah, no, I'm sure you'll find a way to get to push some out as you do.
Possibly,
or you've
yeah.
probably got so much. Probably got so much, in the lineup of in your drafts. You could find something, right?
We'll see. As you would know, I was trying to have something planned, but the Richmond picks kind of threw me out of whack there a little bit, so I might have to get back to work.
Rethink the timeline. Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. What fucking day is it? I don't even know. What's the day, please? What day is it?
Who knows? It's sometime in November.
Okay. Have a great rest of the week. I'll chat to you all on Twitter, Instagram tomorrow night during the second night of the draft. And don't know when I'll be back. You'll see me around. We'll do some content. But otherwise, take care, everyone. And, see you soon. Good night.